I got your. I got my anti-visceroid cream. Preparation V.
No problem. Moving out.
Preparation V sounds more like something that you put on to prevent a yeast infection. Once again. Hello, enemy. I guess. Are you an enemy? Nope. You were not. I don't know who you were. Can't heal. Oh, fuck! Whee! Donuts! On the water! Whee! If a ship could actually do donuts on the water, would they actually be donuts, or would they be typhoons? Get it? Typhoons go in the water? Yeah, buddy? Yeah. Okay.
What? All our
dildos
gone? Huh? Huh? Huh?
You can't save
dildos.
Why not?
Because it's a Disney game.
But you do understand what I'm saying, right? Our
dildos
are gone. Stolen. And not just the
dildos.
The word
dildo.
They stole it too.
Wait, I'm supposed to go. Wait. No, I was supposed to. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ah, splat. Just can't. I just can't keep restarting the game because of this motherfucking dick. Open the door. What the fuck is that? What is between the... What is that out? There's the giant organic growth that she was talking about? Ooh, power node. Ah, dental services. Here we are. Flame. Flame. Burn. There we go. Why did the music kick on again? There's somebody in front of me, isn't there? That's why my particle's red. God damn it! Wrong button. Awkward! In the dark, shadowed corners of time, many stories have taken root and blossomed. Tales of heroes whose deeds echoed through the ages, and of villains whose names became synonymous with infamy. Of battles waged between the forces of light and shadow. On a quest that defies reason, a lone ship ventures into that abyss, guided by its bold and courageous captain, his ferocious feline companion, and a crew of outcasts and misfits. Across entire worlds, dimensions, through the darkest depths of space, and beyond the limits of known time, in pursuit of the ultimate power of the Quad. These are the adventures of the Starship Dragon.
Pizza cannon loaded and ready to throw.
Now it's time for that button. Everybody put your hands in the air and say, holy shit! Welcome aboard the Starship Dragon. I am Commander Krim. Glad to have you here on this Tuesday evening. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. My cat is behind me playing with a bag. And now he's staring at it because he's confused as to why it's making noise. Hello, Khaleesi. It's really good to see you. Glad to see you around here. I was thinking about you the other day. Actually, it was like a couple of days ago. Like, man, I haven't seen her around in a while. Hope she's doing okay. I hope you are doing okay, Khaleesi. It's good to see you. Hello, Kingdom. Hello, Josh. Good to see y'all in here. Hope you all are doing well. Happy Tuesday. New week started, so but whatever. I can't seem to get my headphones in place. It's causing my brain to squish. I am Commander in desperate need of a haircut, Krim. Like, desperate need of a haircut. We're playing some more Dragon Age 2 today. So without further ado, let's get started on the YouTube. It kind of sort of rhymed, didn't it? Yeah, really? It kind of rhymed? Yeah. Not really, it didn't really rhyme at all. Welcome board. Please don't be bored. Welcome aboard the Starship Dragon. I'm Commander Krim, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. Glad to have you here. We are continuing our trip through the story of Hawk, the survivor of Lothering from Dragon Age Origins. There is one thing that I say is a little bit unique about, well, I say unique. One thing about Dragon Age 2 compared to other sequels of BioWare games such as Mass Effect, you're playing a new character in a new, while the same world is still a new story. This is not like we're following up and playing the Grey Warden again in a new story or anything following up. We're actually kind of still doing it's like we're picking up during like the early parts of Dragon Age 1, and now it's been like a year or so since the family has moved to Kirkwall, and now we're doing a whole bunch of Kirkwall things here. What I will also say we are doing is or I should say what we did last time, is we met Flemeth, still voiced by Kate Mulgrew, which is awesome. Kate Mulgrew of Captain Janeway fame from Star Trek, among other things. As well as Red from Orange is the New Black. If maybe if you're not a Star Trek person, maybe you've seen Orange is the New Black, you'll know who that is. Also, we recruited a new party member, a rather cute-looking little mage by the name of Meryl. She's an elf, and we just finished, or we just got to the Elven alienage. So we're about to see what's going to happen from there. So without further delay, let me get the game loaded up here, and let's see what we are going to do today. I don't know migraine the last 2 days, because at least you got over it. I'm thankful for that, man. I don't know how you exist with migraines as often as you get them, if they're even like remotely as painful as the one that I dealt with, all those many years ago. It was even remotely that painful, which there's no way to really compare. But I just happened to look down in the corner down here, and it said Mass Effect 3 demo is available. Cute. Really cute. Alright. Let's just, let's load the game up here. Yeah, this is the one where you just got to the alienage. Alright. The voting pool is up for Game Awards if you're interested, Commander, if you want to vote. Not really. I more like to hear about and see the nominations live. Well, I say live. I'm not going to be able to watch the awards themselves live. But just like I think we did it last year, we're going to watch the video of the stream on stream and kind of experience it together. Of course, it'll all depend on what time they show it. I don't remember when they normally do it. If they do it at a time when I happen to be live, then we'll watch it live. If not, well, like I said, we'll watch the VOD of it. And I'm interested to see what comes out of it. I do have my predictions, obviously. I'm pretty sure, Game of the Year contenders are going to be things like 7 Rebirth, probably Wukong, Stellar Blade, Um,
Oh, hello.
I don't know if Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered would get a nomination or not, but I'm pretty sure those three for sure, like Wukong, Seven Rebirth, and Stellar Blade, are probably going to be up there. That's just for like Game of the Year and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the other like categories are and all that. I'm sure they'll be interesting. Hello, Dark. Good to see you as well. We get migraines for 30 years, and the last year they've been really bad. Yeah, I know you told me about the that you had them for 30 years. So I don't envy that at all, and I hope you're seeing a doctor about it and can at least alleviate them, if not eliminate them. Elden Ring DLC is on there. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I haven't played the Elden Ring. I need to go back and I need to grow a pair of balls and actually go back and play Elden Ring more than the time that I have. So I can't give my opinion on it, but I'm not surprised that Elden Ring DLC is on the list. I would be surprised if it won a few things too, because I think when Elden Ring Vanilla first came out, didn't it that year? Didn't it get a at least Game of the Year nomination? I don't recall if it won, but at least got a nomination. There's a collection of retro games that's nominated. Really? Which one? That sounds fascinating. I'm actually kind of glad to see that. Kirkwall's Alienage.
He's an apostate.
Let's have a chat with this girl first.
I am sorry for your loss, mistress. But I can offer your son mercy only if he turns himself in.
I'm trying to find him, but...
The Templars cannot tolerate apostates.
Cannot tolerate apostates. I'm no apostate over here. You'll see your doctor Monday next week. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I'm guessing that Templar wasn't here to offer your son his good wishes.
I am Ariane. My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares. Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Where is he now?
Did your son run away?
He learned I had contacted Sir Thrask. He felt I betrayed his trust. He thinks he can live free of the Circle. But I am afraid without proper training, he'll kill himself.
Possibly. I don't recall, but Corgi Cam made his votes live, category by category, and some of them were just crazy. I'm like I was telling Kingdom just now. I don't really have a desire to vote at all. I like being a spectator more than like being involved. It's just kind of the way I am. But even if I were to do voting, I don't think I would do it on stream. I don't know. I feel that's kind of odd, and I feel it's a little bit too influential. This is just my personal opinion. Nothing against Corgi or anybody else that chooses to do that. I just feel it's a little, I don't know, awkward and influential to show your votes on stream. That's just my thought on it. I don't really have like a reason behind it. Just kind of my feelings, you know.
Tell me the whole story.
I learned years ago that my son likely had magical talent. But we could not bear the thought of him locked in the gallows. So we hid. When the nightmares began, Fainriel still refused to contact the Circle. But I truly think they are the only people who might save his life.
It's possible.
Those look like Dalish tattoos. Why do you live in the city?
I was born to the Dalish, but came to Kirkwall for a time and dallied with a human merchant, Vincento. When I found I was with child...
Is that your son?
Neither Vincento...
Is your son half human, half elven?
Self-blooded human infant. I raised Fainriel myself, here in the alienage.
I was right.
What kind of dreams is he having?
He dreams of demons, calling to him, pulling him into their world. Every day, it grows harder to wake him. That is why I turned to the Circle, They are the only ones that can protect a mage from his own powers.
It's mostly true. He voted without thinking it would change the results because big money and all. He voted on stream just to have a discussion with the audience. In fact, a couple of categories he skipped the vote entirely, such as sport games. I probably would do that too, because I mean, while I am a sports person, at least a few of them, I only dabble in sports video games, so I would have no vote to give on sports. And you know, like I said, it's nothing against anybody who does choose to do that. For me, I don't think it's a good idea. I feel it's kind of a little bit wrong to, like, show your votes. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a valid reason for it. It's really probably just an absolutely lousy excuse. I just don't have one.
I promise you will see your son again.
Then you have given me the greatest blessing of maker or man. I don't know where Fainrail is gone, but there are 2 places you might start your search.
That'd be helpful.
Thrask has been looking for him. If you speak to him in the gallows, he'll be able to tell you what ground he's already covered. And Fainrail's father, Vincento, recently returned from Antiva. He's a merchant in the low town.
Antiva?
Fainrail might have sought him out.
Okay.
Tell me about this Templar.
I believe he's a good man. He doesn't hate mages, but sees what it took me too long to realize. Even the best-intentioned mages are at the mercy of their sleeping minds. There are other Templars who are much less sympathetic.
I'm aware of that.
You and Fainrail's father are not married.
Vincento had no desire for a wife or an elf-blooded child. I haven't seen him since the day I told him.
Oh, so he's a deadbeat dad. Good to know.
To keep him informed about his child. Fainrail wanted to meet him.
It really felt like some categories were lousy attempts for AAA publishers to get more votes artificially. Sadly, that's the case. That's going to be the case. I mean, there's no awards ceremony of any kind in any media category that isn't somewhat self-serving or politically motivated. You know, the idea of, you know, if we get our game some kind of exposure and they win the most obscure category in the awards, that's just a little more self-promo for their game. Oh, I haven't heard of this game that won best stairs appearance, best looking grass in video games. I must purchase this game now. You know, they're banking on that little bit. I mean, I'm obviously making up a category, but you see what I'm saying. Every little bit of exposure, even if it's a winning an obscure awards category, is something that those developers want, because it means a little more exposure for their game and a chance that one person at least, is going to buy their game because it won that award. Best esport team. I mean, like I said, it's all a matter of, you know, getting the exposure out there. Now, for esports, honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with them, like, saying, although, I don't know, maybe having an award for best esports team is a little weird, whereas the best esports team should be, like, proven by them winning. You know what I mean? Like, they win the championship of whatever game they're playing, League of Legends, Apex, Fortnite, whatever the fuck they're playing. If they win they win the championship of their game, of whatever, then that should be considered the best esports team. Not necessarily should be given an award for it at something like the Video Game Awards or something of that effect. That seems a little weird to me. So I'm kind of with you on that there, Darth. With 2 nominations being Fortnite teams, well, color me shocked. Fortnite teams are on the list. I can't fucking believe it. Next, you're going to tell me that Minecraft is a video game. I'll go.
I will not leave you fearful for a moment longer than necessary.
He ought to have his own life. Out from the shackles of the Circle. Everyone should.
My husband Wesley was a Templar. They're not all fanatics to be feared.
Thank you. It has been a lonely time hiding. It's almost a relief to finally confront this openly.
Greetings.
How is your wife doing?
Couple of interesting things there. I like how, Dragon Age 1 did it also, but it was very interesting how they panned to different characters who put in their 2 cents during those conversations, not necessarily talking to you directly, but also to the person that we're speaking to. And they make a lot of sense for their characters themselves. Like, obviously, Meryl is going to care about this mage elf because she's an elf and she's a mage. Evelyn is going to care about this conversation because her husband, her now dead husband, was a Templar, and so she's not really defending the Templars, but she's able to convince her and make her understand that not every Templar is out seeking blood, even though in this game and throughout the franchise many are. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. And one other thing that I find interesting is the difference in the character designs between Origins and DA2. And what I mean specifically is like the elven people, for instance. The elves in Dragon Age Origins were basically just slightly shorter humans with pointy ears. There really was no difference visually between an elf and a human besides their height and the fact they had pointed ears. In this game, the elves have while still human in appearance, they have a very different design overall. Take a look at the women specifically. They're much more slim than they were than a human female is. Look at Meryl versus Evelyn. Like Evelyn is, she's not wide by any chance, but she's kind of like normal width, whereas Meryl is very, very slender. And most of the elves that we've seen so far are very slender. Their facial appearance is also drastically different. Like if we take a look at their pictures here, like you see how I can't turn the picture, but the elven faces are they kind of have their own identity compared to a human. Like the bridge of their nose to their tip usually sticks all the way out on every person. There's not like the indentation between the top of their skull and the top of their nose, or the bottom of their forehead and the top of their nose. There's like this little this indentation in here. They don't usually have the elves in this game don't really have that, so it gives them a little more of a unique look. So they look a little more like a separate race, not just humans with pointy ears. So I kind of like that little detail. It's the fact that there's 2 of them in the same category. I mean, anything involving Fortnite gives me nothing but the hernia. The game's existence just makes my ass pucker. Okay, so many things we could do. That's like a main. Oh, that's not a main quest thing. Oh yeah, we need to go back up to Sundermount to do the main quest, I think. Speak to Meryl at her home. Okay, let's do that real fast, since we're right here. Let's talk to Meryl at her home. Oh. Gather your party, okay. Sorry, Meryl, I'm going to raid your house first, before we have a conversation with you. Do you, not have a bathroom in here? Do elves not take a leak?
I didn't think you'd come.
You followed me here.
Relatively clean for you to sit on.
Relatively clean?
Can I get you something to eat or drink? I have water.
I came here to see you, Meryl. You don't have to fuss over me.
You're so kind. My first guest, and I'm already a terrible host. I wanted to thank you for bringing me here, but I'm making a mess of it.
How about a kiss, then?
I haven't exactly had many friends. Not even among my own.
Not where I expected that to go.
This is tricky.
What made you unpopular with the Dalish?
Being first to the Keeper, I was always a bit secluded.
But
I
like she
studied
was,
magic and history while the others were learning the Via Tanadal.
Oh, not where I was going with it.
It's good that I left. I'd have made a terrible Keeper. I was never that good with people.
You seem to be getting the hang of it already.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you for coming to visit me, Hawk. It means a lot to me.
Yes, I've already picked out my, what, my romance partner, I guess you could say, or whatever you can do in this game. I don't think one's going to be Evelyn. No. Okay. Where the hell are we? We're here, Meryl's home. Okay. We have quite a few quests to do in Lowtown, the Steel House, Talwayne, and Hightown. So we have one quest over here. Let's go do this one real quick. Go over to Hightown. I will say, I am having an absolute blast
I'd like
with
to know more
the...
about being a guard, Aveline.
I don't think that's the job for you.
I know, but it might help me not get caught.
You probably shouldn't have said that part.
Why?
Just... never mind.
I'm really enjoying the battle system of this game. It's absolutely a blast. I love how the animations are so much more fluid. You know, the mage animations of Origins was just, you hold the stick and go, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, I must cast a spell. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whereas this one, you got like a whole bunch of exaggerated animations. You fire from the top of your staff, then from the bottom of your staff, and then slam it into the ground. It's just a lot more fluid and, you know, cool animations.
You were looking for this.
I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
I completed a quest by talking to a chick. Ah, if only it was that easy. Rescue the Viscount's son? Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marlowe Dumar. Citizens of able nature, Viscount Dumar requires your aid. His son, Samus Dumar, has been lost to uncertain company, and a safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Seneschal Bran at his station in His Excellency's keep, and the reward for this act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin. Oh, really? Oh, really? Fascinating. How very fascinating. What about for her? Oh. Well, those are... I'm selling. God damn it, I'm an idiot. Buying's on the left, moron. $18 magic, 30 willpower, plus 2 mana stamina regeneration rate. Okay, can I not compare to like what I'm currently wearing? Am I not wearing headgear? I'm not wearing headgear, so anything's going to be good. That is so much better. It's expensive as hell, but I think it's worth it. Less armor than what I've got. It's also got a rune slot. Interesting. And I can afford it. Alright, how about for her? It's all restricted to me? Why? Could my party members not wear gear? Maybe they can't wear armor, but they can only wear, like, accessories. Oh, backpack. Yes, please. Okay. This was better. Alright, let's sell what I've got. We still end up with 6 gold, so we're still on the positive side there. Olaf's Armory. What do you got, Olaf? You have nothing? Oh, you have armor. Okay, I guess that makes sense. You see, all this is restriction Krim. Maybe my teammates can't wear armor? That's certainly something I didn't expect. She uses shields. Huh. Not quite sure what the stars mean. But I noticed that they are gone on every other character. Maybe it's because they don't have the stats required? Requires dual whip. Yeah, maybe that's the reason. That's what the stars mean. More stars means better for them, I guess. Okay, well, let's see. She's currently got 8 physical damage. 12 physical damage, so that's definitely going to be better. So let's get her the blade and the shield. Hubert's fine goods. Well, how fine are your goods? You have staves. And I can afford one. At 15 electricity damage? Plus 16 mana stamina? Oh, I gotta adjust my fan. It's blowing my eyes. It's drying my eyes out. Can't see shit. Come on. Rotate back. Rotate back. I'm arguing with my fan here. There we go. Okay. Let's take it to 15. Okay. We did that part. I don't think we need to do anything else here in Hightown, so maybe we should head over to Lowtown and start doing what's over there. Guess I can just take the short way. Probably should have seen if the staff that I sold was good for Merrill. Oh, yeah, the Viscount's Keep. Yeah, to get that information on that bounty that we saw. Over here?
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to him.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the wounded coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems excessive.
You never met a Kunari.
He may be Tal Vashoth. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way.
You're going to be bloody, all right, if you try to take on a Kunari.
What is it?
Sounds like you have a problem that needs fixing.
I have several, thanks to the base types who responded to our call. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
Tell me about the Winters.
I should know about the competition.
The Winters out of Navarra. They don't care one whit if Seamus is returned unharmed.
I don't either.
Their lead, Sirrah Guinness, is hungry for a foothold in fair Kirkwall. And frankly, we have enough of their kind.
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone, and there have been sightings of a Kunari. The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind.
So he may not have gone, or may have gone willingly with the Kunari.
But it is danger nonetheless.
The Kunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Tal Vashoth, are hunting...
The Tal Shiar? What?
For what they are.
I didn't know the Romulans were involved.
They may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
This isn't a task for a guardsman.
Yes, isn't it?
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat, because the city responded. In these times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
I'll drag the boy back here soon enough.
Declare it if you like, but the reward goes to whomever brings him back safe. A discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters, should you encounter them, on the Wounded Coast.
Sounds like a great place to go visit, a place called the Wounded Coast. I can't wait to go there. It sounds exciting. Oh yeah, I've already tried opening that chest.
Not going to happen.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah. The Viscount mustn't be disturbed.
Sorry to bother you, but I'll be real quiet. Map of occupied Kirkwall. First you have to pass the Romulans. I have magic. I can outdo the Romulans.
Really like the Hawk family.
Why do you say that?
You came all the way from Lothering with them, didn't you? And they're not even your clan.
Humans don't have clans, Meryl.
Exactly. You came so far together, and you didn't even have a keeper to make you get along.
So your keeper tells you to stop kicking each other, or she'll turn the Aravel around?
Sometimes she also warns us to stop pulling hair.
That's a lot of Templars.
I don't understand all these complaints. The new Knight Commander's no different than any others.
Are you the Templar who's pursuing the boy Fainriel?
I did not realize his name was known so widely. Perhaps you know Ariane from when she was with the Dalish.
We don't all know each other. There are a lot of clans, you know.
Are you a friend of his?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
No young boy should have to face down demons alone.
It is surprising what sympathies mages evoke. I always expect people to be more wary of their powers than touched by their struggles. If we do not find Fainriel soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons,
Hi, Crash.
or by less mystical predators. And I have said more
Happy
than
Tuesday.
enough.
Hope you're doing well.
This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Aveline, don't you think this matter concerns the whole city?
It does, and you Templars are spread thin to begin with.
True. Sadly, there are more mages fleeing than we can easily keep up with.
That's what we're good at. I can track the boy.
There is a
It's snowing? Oh man, I wish it was snowing here.
by the name of Samson. He left the order due to...
I mean, it's been a nice, decent day today, but it's still like highs in the
He has
80s.
been known to help mages flee Kirkwall. If Fainriel went to him, Samson wouldn't tell me. He stays out of sight by day, but I've seen him at night, near the entrance to Darktown.
Alrighty, what's this over here? Record Keeper Tarn. Who the hell are you?
Here, you were looking for this.
Oh, map.
Found it. By the void, I didn't think... Thank you.
By the Void? You're expecting the Chaos Legion to show up? I've been trying to send Stone text with no luck. Man, you ain't doing a good enough job.
Ah, welcome, my dear friend, to Sol's shop.
Does any part of Soul's shop come with Rogaine? You need some hair, man.
Take a look around.
Your comb over looks awful.
In advance. Our shelves are a bit bare at the moment. Actually, if you're interested, I could use a bit of help to remedy that.
Uh-huh.
Talk. All business. I like you. It's been too dangerous.
That came out weird, dude.
Late, and the substances I require for my creations are, of course, elsewhere. Perhaps you could find them. You'll be compensated for your time, have no fear. I'll also give you first pick of my new creations.
Make up a list of what you need, and I'll keep an eye out for you.
Hey,
Perfect.
from
A
you
discount
fucking
on
haircut.
everything in the shop, Sirrah.
I'll take some of my hair, stick it on that dude's head.
Resent the history of the gallows. It does not try.
Need a haircut so freaking bad. Okay. +4 spirit damage. +8 healing. That's pretty tempting. Restoration potion. Okay.
Welcome back to Sol's, my friend.
Mage goods. Oh, shit. What about you? Are these good for you? Yeah, both of these would be. You're already using a nature weapon, so let's get you this one, so it's a little bit better. Alright, sweetheart, this is for you. Also need to get you some armor, apparently. Haircut in real life. A haircut in real life, Crash. My hair is, it's long enough that I can literally see it with my eyes. I can, like, pull it in front of my eyes and see it. This is too long for me. This bothers me. Okay. We are done here, I think. Where's the way out so I can... Is there a way I can go to the world map faster? Nope, I gotta walk there. Okay. Haircut last week feels better to style in the mornings. It would just be better to have it because I just can't stand having hair being long. I don't like it. You know, I have a fan on me right now, and I also have a fan on me at work whenever I'm at work, as opposed to the fan being on at work while I'm at home. A little bit excessive there. I have a fan at work, and it's at just the right angle that it blows my hair in front of my face. So every few minutes I'm done, I have to do this. Or feel a little slight tickle right at the edge of my... oh my god, that's so annoying. I don't have much money for armor, do I? I only have 1 gold. Wouldn't mind getting her some kind of armor, but I don't think she can wear any of this. Also, I forget they can't wear armor. They can only wear, like, accessories. Okay. I'll worry about that later. We'll get some more cash. Alright, let's go to... Let's go to Lowtown. Let's get a couple of missions done there before we head out into the world and do things. Companions armor upgrades on level up and do okay. Alright. So I can't actually give them armor.
Thank you very much for the help.
I can only give them accessories.
You made it back to the alienage in one piece, then?
I don't know how I wound up in Darktown. There are just too many corners in Kirkwall.
Still got that ball of twine?
I left it at my house. Don't worry, I won't get lost while we're following Hawk.
Bring it next time, Daisy. Just in case.
I have questions. Damn, this place is actually pretty big. Okay, we got a mission over here. Lady Elegant. Alright, so we'll mosey up here, check this out, and then go over here, and then go over here. Basically, you can buy small upgrades, but they wanted companions to have a unique set look at this one. I understand that. I'm okay with that. I get the concept. I mean, Mass Effect 2 and 3 are that way. They have their own appearances, and can you upgrade armor in 2 and 3? I know you can upgrade their weapons, but I don't think you can actually upgrade their armor in 2 and 3. But I'm okay with that. If it's just accessories that I can do, that kind of gives me a little more customization as far as like what I want to buff at certain times or with certain people.
Is that your house? Oh, it's not so far from mine. We're neighbors. Except for the different neighborhoods thing.
Who were you talking to, Meryl? Do I actually have a house here? No, this is Camlin's house. Where do we live? I just not thought about that. Do we live at Gamlin's house? Oh, we do. There's our mother. It's been a year and we're still living in his house? Okay.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
Wait, so my father was an apostate, was a mage too? Fascinating. Oh, this is storage. Oh, this is really good to know. This is really good to know there's a storage box here. Have you ever had snow where it was so bad you were snowed in? Not here. Not here. I live in Texas. And we get like winter weather like that maybe once an entire year for like 2 days. And it's usually mostly ice, or it's hardly ever actually snow. It's usually sleet or ice, and at that point, the whole city shuts down. Nobody goes anywhere, all the businesses close, all the schools close, nobody goes anywhere because not a single person in Texas knows how to drive on ice. Okay, this is where I can craft runes. Letter from Athenril. Hawk, your year's up and you're free to go. Despite what you think, we had a good thing working together. I might pass along an opportunity or two if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Stay safe. Okay, cool. That's the lady that we started the game with. I mean, I have had... anytime it does ice or snow here, I just don't. The 2 times that I had to drive on ice, I spun out both times. One time, I ended up spinning into a ditch, so no harm, no damage to the car. The second time, I spun into the wall. Now, that second time, I think I actually got hit and got pushed into the wall, but nobody stopped to say, hey, I hit you or anything like that, and I have no proof that I actually got hit, because the way that it happened, it seems impossible, or mostly impossible, without someone else causing it. But, you know, it is what it is. What happened, happened. I don't know why I checked my storage again. But yeah, it's so bad down here that a half inch of snow will shut down the large international airport down here. Whereas I know you guys need like 3 feet of snow in the northern states and in the UK and stuff like that for your airports to shut down. But down here, half inch of snow, no planes go. No planes move.
Children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
Why was nothing set aside for us, Uncle?
Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she
The
ran
what?
off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
That seems a little bit sus there, Uncle. I hate using the term sus considering the popularity of the word, but that's very suspicious, Uncle. Just gonna throw that out there.
I know the Amels were nobility, Mother, but not much else. Why don't you ever talk about them?
The Amels have been a noble family in Kirkwall since Garahel drove out the Fourth Blight. But we've always carried magic in our blood. It's been a stain on our lineage. No family of good standing would ever marry into a line with magic. When I chose your father, I was bringing more magic into our line, not less. I think that's what hurt my parents the most.
So the fact I chose a mage class doesn't really make a huge difference. But also, my sister also would have been a mage regardless of what I had picked. So I guess there kind of does. I guess magic does run in the family.
Did Grandfather mention
You still have snow on the ground, Josh?
will at all?
Our father died when you were still in short pants, lad. You can hardly expect me to remember.
Oh, of course not. Why should you do something reasonable?
Damn! Shots fired!
Take me to the vault.
Can't. It's in the cellar of the estate. Someone else lives there now.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
The more he gets aggressive like that, the more I'm suspicious of the truth behind our family fortune. The more he talks, the more I just see bullshit coming out of his mouth.
The house won't clean itself, Uncle.
2 feet. Living in Texas, we get hot temperatures pretty much all year round. I mean, I've made this joke before. Texas has 2 seasons, summer and February, which is usually like a week long maybe. We'll have like warm or hot temperatures all year round, except for like maybe a week in February when it might get like lows in the upper 20s maybe, if we're really, really lucky and had a lot of cold fronts come through, and highs in the 50s maybe, and that's about it. Then it's usually highs of 80s, lows in the 40s, 50s if we're lucky. I mean, hell, like today, or yesterday is a better example. Yesterday I left work and it was like 83 at 3 in the afternoon. In the like second to last week in November. We're probably going to be in the at least upper 70s, probably low 80s on the week of Christmas. That's my bet. Unless we just get a sudden burst of cold fronts come through down here. I'm not saying we never, ever, ever get cold temperatures. About 4 years ago, there was a huge ice storm that pretty much covered all of Texas in a thick layer of ice. There was like a 135 car pileup in a town outside of Dallas, which is a northern city in Texas, and it was like temperatures of 0 and like breaking low temperatures throughout for like the entire week that storm came through, cutting off power, cutting off water supplies. I mean, it was like practically an apocalypse down here just because of a layer of ice covered the state. Shit that would happen in the north or the UK or someplace where that stuff's common, they'd be like, whatever, I'm still going to work. You know, that's what happens down here because we don't get it very very often. Yeah, I know that the 135 car wreck or whatever it was in North Texas, that was not international. That became international news. Pretty sure, because I knew somebody from Scotland who had said they heard about it too. So I'm not surprised at all that you knew about it. People's homes flooding and freezing up. Yep. Water supplies being tainted because the water filtration systems and those kind of things were all like broken because of freezing pipes breaking, because we don't really have our plumbing system, insulated to the same level as a northern state would, or a location with a lot of cold temperatures. It just doesn't happen down here often enough, so why bother, It's sort of like, you people I know some people over there in the UK, y'all don't have air conditioners. When it gets hot over there, you just have to deal with the hot. If it gets 90 and 95, 100 degrees over there, you just got to deal with it. You don't have most of you don't have air conditioners. I don't say most of you. Some of you don't have air conditioners. I can't imagine living anywhere without an air conditioner. Anywhere. Whether I live in a northern state or southern state, I couldn't imagine living anywhere without an air conditioner. Just for that, even if I get hot temperatures one day out of the year, I would want an AC just for that protection. That insurance.
What a mess.
Mostly because I just hate the heat so much.
Mother, but some of what Gamlin says, I'm having a hard time.
Dyson fans, yeah, y'all got fans, but that's still not good enough. Not for me.
Stuck in their shadow.
I need colder temperatures. I keep my house, my apartment. I keep it at 69 degrees, not for the sexual innuendo number, but because that's comfortable to me. It's got to be under 70 degrees for me to be comfortable. And I still have a fan on.
Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
We're scraping to bribe Bartrand, and you don't think having an estate would help?
Sure it would, but it won't be free. How much unwanted attention will warring with slavers get us?
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
How come more U.S. people have their house air conditioned, UK don't? Yeah, just what Fern says. You generally don't get stupid hot weather for more than a few days a year. Yeah, you guys over there in the UK, UK, probably Russia too, all the countries and continents that have a lot of mostly colder days. You're kind of like the opposite of me, where I say we've got summer all year round except for like a week in February. You guys pretty much have like winter all year round except for like probably a week in August or something like that. You might get hot temperatures for maybe a week, and hot in air quotes, 85, 90 degrees, whereas especially down here in the south of the U.S., it's hot all year round. So, we have heaters because heaters do, they're pretty much every place that comes with an air conditioner also has a heater because they work both ways. But not every place that has a heater has an AC because the AC doesn't work the same. Creating heat is far easier than creating cool, which is usually why I prefer colder temperatures. Because, you got to turn on a fan. If you get too hot, if you get too cold, you can just, turn off a fan, grab a blanket and cover up, put on a sweater, put on a hat over your head, put on a coat, whatever. If you get too hot, you can only do so much to cool off. Turn on fans, turn on air conditioners. You can only take off so many clothes, especially if you're in public or on a stream, because you can only do so much. You can't strip your skin off to get cooler. You may be able to take a cold shower, but that's about it. It's easier to warm up. It's easier to create heat and warm up than it is to cool down. So, that's why I prefer cold. I've been tempted to pick up a unit just because the last few years we do get heat, high heat. It's like 2 weeks of drowning in sweat. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine one day. I say I can't imagine. I actually dealt with that back this past July. Was it July or June? I think it was July. We had a pretty sizable hurricane come through South Texas called Hurricane Beryl, and it knocked power out for most of the city for about a week. There were a few people who were down for only a few days. I was lucky. It came through. The storm came through on a Monday, and power is back up at my place by Wednesday. So that was actually pretty good timing. But there were still some people around the city that had been out for a week or more. And the 2 days I had to spend here in my house with obviously no power, I was bored because I couldn't do anything. Couldn't play video games. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do anything. I literally just sat in my bed and pretty much stared at the ceiling for 2 days when I wasn't at work. The temperatures were warm, uncomfortably warm, and extremely humid, and no wind. No wind at all. I couldn't even get any sleep because it was just so warm. Yeah, I even went outside and stood outside, and I was like looking up at trees and trying to reach for any little bit of air movement. There was absolutely no wind or breeze whatsoever. The air was still as can be, and that just made the humidity whole lot worse. It was awful. It was awful. That was just, like I said, 2 days. I can't imagine going a whole week without an air conditioner or something to bring the temperature below 70 degrees. I can't imagine you guys who go just a few days without air conditioning using just fans and shit. I would drive me nuts. It would drive me nuts. I could deal with an odd day here and there. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't like the worst it could have been. Like I said, the high temperatures those 2 days were like mid to upper 80, or well, like low to mid 80s, really. Not really wasn't like 90 or above. So it wasn't as bad as it could be. It could have been in the hundreds. It could have easily broken triple digits, but it wasn't. So it wasn't that terrible. But the heat, mostly the humidity, everything was so sticky. I felt like anything I did, clothes I put on, everything just felt like I had a layer of glue on me. It was just like, oh, God. Ugh. Fortunately, the water still ran, so while I didn't have any hot water, I literally took cold showers, which, considering it was hot in here, a cold shower was more like a lukewarm shower. The water wasn't really that cold, but it was cooler than the air temperature, so it was like, oh, this feels good. And while I didn't obviously counter the humidity, it at least lowered my body temperature enough that I could, somewhat sleep. It was terrible. It was terrible. I don't wish that on anybody. And so those of you who have civilization and electricity and power, and you still don't use air conditioners, I envy your bravery, but I think you're insane.
I don't know about you, but that makes me a little angry.
We agree at last.
So, forgetting everything else, what would you do with slavers?
Only one thing their kind deserves.
We agree at last.
All right, brother. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up. I don't know if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone.
Agreed. Not what I meant to do.
I think this is the same cheese that was here a year ago.
I hope it's not. Can you imagine what that smells like? Especially considering it's in a room with candles and an open flame. Oh my God, that's probably gonna smell like rancid ass. Why is there an entire boarded up wall here? That's weird. you. You and you. Darktown. The Hangman is accessed by Lowtown. Let's go to Lowtown first. Because we also had 2 other destinations to do while we were in Lowtown. Then we'll go over to Darktown.
I've never met a dwarf before.
That's because you've spent too much time frolicking in the woods, Daisy. Dwarves don't frolic.
Dalish don't really frolic either. Not in the woods, anyway.
You have sanctioned frolicking areas?
No, just not in the woods. The trees get jealous.
But you do frolic.
Of course we do. We wouldn't be elves otherwise.
I, again, don't really know how to respond to that.
More trouble than commerce in this place.
From the highest heights of Mount Daver. Travel. A pouch of Andraste's ashes.
Hello, Elven Vinter. Oh.
This is. You have done a great kindness in returning this.
You're quite welcome, laddie. I'm glad to have helped you out there, laddie. I didn't realize all the Elvins were Scottish. Oh, sorry, Scottish. The Scottish people don't use the T's. Take back our streets. Ferelden refugees, Kunari soldiers. Who next? Tevinter slavers snatching children out of their beds. This ends now. Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this. We must band together to drive foreign waste from our doorstep. Reclaim the free marches for the marchers. If you care about our future, join the Friends of Kirkwall. Reclaim our city. Jesus, who's coughing up a lung over here?
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Do we know each other?
Lady Elegant, if
What?
you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met...
Your first name is Elegant?
General's employ. Things have been going well since then?
Who names their kid Elegant? That sounds like they're just begging for them to get teased at school.
Is there something you're interested in?
You may recall I sometimes provided potions for Athenril.
No, actually, I
I'd
don't.
be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Thanks. Elfroot potion.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans.
Who the hell's talking? Alright, we have a quest down here. Sergeant Melindra. Hello. Scottish great.
Calling those swindlers nab goes straight to the carter's coffers. They must be stopped.
New quest. Eliminate the Carter swindlers operating in Lowtown. Where would I find that? I'm sure my Scottish accent is extremely embarrassing, and I apologize to any Scottish people who are offended by that accent. Well, by my accent, it is awful. I'm very sorry.
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
Beg pardon?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Alright, time to kill people. Oh, hello. Where'd you guys come from?
Messing with us is suicidal.
It's nice to be awesome and powerful. Is there YouTube game news that some games on PS5 perform worse than normal PS5, like Silent Hill 2? Really? Silent Hill 2 is worse on the PS5 Pro? Well. I mean, I'm not surprised by it. I'm kind of saddened by it, but I'm not surprised by it. There's probably going to be like loads of patches and updates to the PS5 Pro before it's actually going to be, you know, stable in every way, but oh well.
The thieves are gone, guardsman.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
Clumsy me, I seem to have dropped a conveniently placed coin purse in your conveniently placed hand. I like her subtlety. Real cheese, paying $800 for the disk drive. I mean, it'd be up to you to make this decision, but is it possible you could take it back to the store? I mean, you don't have to. I'm not saying you should, but it's just a, you know, something to consider, maybe. I don't know what the return policy is at the store that you bought it from, but it's something to consider, I'd say. Or you can just be patient, wait it out, and hope that the
What will they think of next?
updates that...
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the Guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
I'm kind of in agreement there. Or you can just, you know, hold on to it and hope that maybe the luck of the updates and stuff they're eventually going to do to it, and I'm sure they will actually, you know, make it even better than the PS5, but that's up to you. I couldn't influence a decision either way, or make a suggestion either way. Maleficarum? Right up there. Probably in case he wants to get a physical copy, then he would be able to, you know, play it, obviously. If he gets a physical copy of a game and he has the digital only, obviously wouldn't be able to play it. That would be a huge pain in the dick. Besides, some people like to have physical over digital, even if they have access to digital. Me, I'm kind of the opposite. I'd rather have the digital just because it's convenient. I don't really, you know, take. Usually, when I buy a game, I don't really have much. The only reason, okay, I say the only reason. One big reason that I would want a physical copy of a game is if once I've finished it, I would want to take it and trade it in for something else at like a local GameStop or whatever. But for me, usually when I buy a game, I'd rather just have it in my library at all times. In the past, I have actually bought a physical... Shut up, everybody, I'm talking. I bought a physical copy, and then, like, after I played it, beat it, or, you know, whatever, and then I'd like, go through my stuff and see I haven't played this game in, like, 6 months, a year, whatever. Then I'd take it to GameStop, and then, like, within another 6 months, I would have the urge to want to play that game again. And I'd be like, well, I've got rid of it, now I gotta go buy it again. You know? So, for me, I'd rather just have a physical copy. I'd rather have a digital copy, just so it's always available to me. Even if it's not, like, physically on my hard drive, I can always download it again once it's in the, you know, because it's on the, like, PlayStation Store or Steam Library or whatever. It'll always be available to me whenever I want it. And it's like, okay, well, I haven't played this game in a year. 1 year later, I want to play this game now. And then, you know, play it. I have a lot of old 360 games just because I liked them on the shelf, but now I mostly PC games. It's all digital. Yeah, and also PC games you can't take back to a store anyway. Even if you buy a physical PC game, you can't like sell it back to them later or trade it in. They don't take PC games. A lot of the games that I have too, I also got for free because I have like Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus and all that other stuff. Just like this for example, Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 are free through the Xbox/PC Microsoft PC store because I have Game Pass. I'm playing this on PC because I got it for free through Game Pass via the EA store and all that stuff.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartrand can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
How do you plan an expedition into the deep roads without knowing a way in?
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
A Grey Warden, huh?
Why would a Grey Warden know that?
The Wardens don't just fight darkspawn. They forge into the deep roads all the time.
Wonder who this Grey Warden could
be.
be.
Able to point us to those who do.
Are all PC games nowadays all codes? I wouldn't say yeah for sure. You could still buy physical copies of new games, of new PC games. I'm not sure where you would have to look specifically for them because I haven't bothered to look, but I'm sure there's ways you can actually buy new PC physical copies. But for the most part, I would say yes. But the same could be true for even console games. Console games have more digital purchases than they do physical purchases. That's kind of why, many developers nowadays, especially of consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, are offering the digital-only consoles because more people are buying digital. There's no point in making them pay an extra $100 for a disc drive if they're not going to be using it. Unless it's somebody like Crash, for example, who bought the disc drive, but his reasons are obvious. Sorry.
Are there any other options?
None at the moment. Bartrand had an entrance lined up, but it was a bust. I'll keep looking, but if we don't find something, we'll have a fancy expedition with nowhere to go.
You're talking about physical copies. I'd have to look through my collection again. I know I have a bunch of PC copies of physical games that I've had for forever. And the game I played before Dragon Age 1 was Supreme Command. No, it was 2 games back. Sorry, was Supreme Commander, an RTS real-time strategy game, and it was a physical disc copy that I've had for probably 15 years. Whenever the game came out, taking like 1 year off of that, that's probably how long I've had the game. That's how long I've had that disc copy. Also have a lot of Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays. Also means less cost for game companies too, so I think it helps a lot of indie PC games in particular. It truly does, Fern. Physical copies means they have to take time to purchase the CDs and print and copy, essentially burn their data onto those CDs or DVDs or whatever, and then make the physical packages for them, the plastic cases that they come in, print off the paper that they use for the cover art for the PlayStation or Xbox or whatever it is, and then they've got to send those out. That's a lot of time and consumption that could be used on other things, and when it's just digitally, all of that goes out the window. They don't have to print out physical papers for the cases. They don't have to purchase cases. They don't have to purchase CDs. They don't have to take time to burn them all and make sure all the CD copies are as good as they possibly can be, and then spend time wrapping them. Or, well, not spend time, but also the costs of wrapping them in that cellophane stuff. I was saying, I think it was either Crash or Fern that was in here not too long ago when we were talking about the same thing, and I was saying that pretty soon the physical copies of games are just going to are not going to have any of the data from the game itself on the CD, on the disc. You're going to put it in your disk drive, and the PlayStation is going to read the disc. It's going to have a code on it of some kind that's going to specifically tell the store of that console, say it's PlayStation Plus, okay, this person has purchased a physical copy of insert game name here, download this game, and it will download that game via the internet to your hard drive or solid state drive. That's all that CDs are going to be anymore. That's what within the next, maybe a couple generations at most. CDs are just going to have a code on them. That's all it's going to be. You're going to have no data from the game at all on the CD, and everything's going to be downloaded. Like, you still have to have the CD and the drive, and obviously in order to play it, that way the store and the console knows, hey, you still have your purchased physical copy. You can't download it and take the disc back to the store, obviously. That's what I think is in the future. I really don't miss scratch discs and game freezing. Oh man, that's like a total agreement there. Totally agreement there. Now, I'm not somebody who has kids and never will, but I can understand, especially parents who have kids that play games and don't want their discs to get cut up or destroyed, whether it's games that the adults themselves are playing or their kids, because obviously if the kids are playing the game and they ruin the disc and can't play it anymore, then there goes your $30, $40, $50, $60, $70 that you paid for your kid to play a game, and now they can't play it anymore because they ruined the disc. That's something else that some people don't really think about is, the impact of the CDs themselves, whether it's them doing it or their kids, for example. But yeah, that's a huge pain whenever you're trying to play a game and the disc, especially like back in the PS2 days. I had a it wasn't my PS2, it was my friend's PS2 at the time, but some of the PS2 CDs, they had the data part of it was really dark. Like, I don't know why the back of the CD was so dark, but some of the darker CDs would not play on the PlayStation. The laser could not read the data on the disc because the back of the CD was one of those dark ones, and the game just wouldn't play because the laser was too weak or whatever. So it's like shit like that just really, it definitely argues in the favor of digital games.
We may need to wring it out of him. Wardens can be secretive.
Let's look at our options first. I'd rather not fight a warden unless we have to. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talk to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Why did I gain rivalry with him? Whatever. Okay, one sec here. Let me drop a quick save. I need to do something real quick here off the game. Give me just a moment here. Nothing's going to affect you guys. I just need to bring up something that I can monitor. Okay. All right. You see, there would be another advantage of like what I was talking about with the like I said, the future versions of CD games, physical games. If you just have a code and none of the data on the CD, and everything is read for the game from your internal hard drive or solid state drive, you bypass any issues with your CD. As long as your CD reader can read the code that you still have an authentic copy of the game, you don't have to worry about a scratch CD corrupting the data on it and not being able to play the game. So there's another argument for, or not an argument for, but like a reason for putting just codes on a CD for your game. All right, so what are we doing now? Eric says George Jervis has been offering God coin for muscle funding. Is going to be Jervis? Is going to be a problem. Finding out where he is. Okay, so that's not a thing I can do right now. Gallows. Just a rumor, it can be followed up on this time. Okay, so I can't do anything with that. Nothing can be done to follow up on this just yet. Okay. No one really want to talk about it, though, so we can't do anything with any of those yet. Alright. We need to go to Darktown. We still need to go back to Sundermount, which we're probably going to do that next because we were just at Sundermount for the main quest with Meryl. We need to look for the Viscount's son on the Wounded Coast. Find a spider silk gland. Oh, this is the herbalist tasks. Find giant spider silk gland. Naturally live in ruins throughout the free marches. A dragon fang. Search the outskirts. Find pure ironbark containers. We know where to find it. Okay. And an old shawl embroidered with a name, the Tevinter symbol of femininity, and the crest of the blooming rose. That tells me literally nothing. Okay. So let's go ahead and select this. This is what we were doing earlier. Xbox One are skipping their Pro model and going straight to the new Xbox. That's not a bad idea. I mean, especially since if PlayStation is really struggling that much with their PS5 Pro, probably not a bad idea for Xbox to follow suit and not make an Xbox Series X 2.5 Remind / 356 in 2 days and Rebirth and Remind and Birth by Sleep version. Xbox might be doing a portable console. I don't really keep up with a whole lot of mobile gaming. The only real mobile gaming platform I have is the Switch, and I never take the Switch out of its dock. Because anytime I play on the Switch, I'm usually playing on stream. So, I would have no reason to play it or play any games on the Switch outside of stream or take it anywhere with me. So I don't really follow a whole lot of mobile stuff. Sundermount ambush site. Ambushed! Enemies block the path. I was going to say, this is a hell of a quietest ambush I've ever heard.
Stop your shaking, dwarf. You're safe.
No thanks to this lot. Can't get a decent blade at a bargain anymore. You, though, you're what a man needs. A skilled enthusiast.
Recently discovered my Switch can sit on my Kindle holder thing I have attached to my bed. It was amazing when I was sick. Sounds good. Contended about the Steam Deck because Nintendo game prices suck. Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine Nintendo having any good games for the Switch that aren't, like, Nintendo-specific franchise. Star Fox, Zelda, Mario, etc. I know there are games that play on the Switch, but it's just, whenever I think of Nintendo, I think of, their franchisee games. And anytime I want to play a game that isn't exclusive to the Switch that I can play on one of the other consoles or PC, I'll usually play that instead of the Nintendo console or the Switch. I do have a Switch because I do want to play some of those exclusive games like Super Mario RPG when it came out. I'd like to play the Xenoblade Chronicles, the Xenoblade Chronicles series. I would like to play some Zelda games. With the Nintendo Switch Online emulator, the NES, Super NES, N64 emulators, I'd like to play some classic games as well. So, there's a reason to have a Switch for me. Kind of depends on what you're into. I prefer to use the PC, so the only non-exclusive games are cozy games like Stardew. Me personally, I'm kind of the opposite. while I don't really have a good example right now because I'm playing Dragon Age Origins and DA2 on PC, I usually prefer to play games, if available, on console, just because it's easier on my setup overall. You know, I can have my computer just doing the stream while whatever console I'm playing on is playing my game. That's just a preference.
There a job in this rambling?
Name is Javaris Timtok, and I need someone to help me court the Kunari.
Court the Kunari? Maker, think of the children.
Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I often look
Called
at every
gunpowder.
second idiot and think, he needs more power.
I doubt they were eager to sell.
That Arishok said I wasn't worthy. That only their outcast, the Tal-Vashoth, or that mercenary. I said, great, I'll go talk to them. Didn't go over well. But, made me think. Maybe he'll bargain if I get rid of something that bothers him more than, well, me.
The Tal-Vashoth.
The Tal-Vashoth. Are you up for some paid hunting?
Your people must have something like that already.
Small things, shaped to crack faults, not shatter the earth.
Small things because they're dwarfs.
Expensive, poisonous. The Chantry controls it topside. The glow makes you a target. Problem after problem.
What's the point when we already have magic that can do the same thing?
Maybe you have magic, all tough and human and whatnot. But what of the common man? How does he remove stumps from his land, or produce them on his enemies? What does he do when he needs a hole far too fast? Magic is hard to market. But this stuff you can put in a bag.
I suppose there could be a reward for these Tal-Vashoth.
As long as you do it, I'm happy. Now, best I could figure, they're up the Wounded Coast.
Of course they are. Everybody's at the Wounded
Take their
Coast.
heads off and meet me at the compound in Kirkwall. Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
That is a big goddamn spider butt. You think you poke that thing and a whole bunch of tiny spiders come out? Ugh. Not a fan of spiderlings, I guess, there, Fern, huh?
There might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't handle.
Thanks for the heads up and the vote of confidence. Silent Hill 2 guy? I'm not against Silent... Okay, I'm heavily against Silent Hill 2 OG. I've played Silent Hill 2 OG. It's on my YouTube channel. I hated it. I hated it. I was lost too many times. I came across areas I didn't know how to find the solutions to. The puzzles got on my nerves. I hated OG Silent Hill 2. Now, that said, I have not played, although I have seen the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I'm intrigued. I would like to give Silent Hill 2 another try if it's via the remake. I feel the same way about Resident Evil 4. I played a little bit of Resident Evil 4, and I hated it. But I do want to play the RE4 remake because it's, you know, built differently. It's built more like my style of gaming. That's why I like RE2 remake and RE3 remake, and why I don't really want to play the OG RE2 and 3. The shorthand answer to your question, I have nothing against Silent Hill 2 remake. In fact, I kind of look forward to it. I've been sort of avoiding some people playing or streaming Silent Hill 2 Remake because I say I don't want spoilers, but, you know, there again, like I said, I have already played Silent Hill 2 OG all the way through. And so, like, the story really shouldn't be, wouldn't really be spoiled for me. But I also don't know if there is anything new added to the Silent Hill 2 remake. Because I know that sometimes when they do remakes of games, like 7 Remake, like RE2 Remake, I know there are some things that are different from their original counterparts. They play is great on performance mode on PS5. That's good. That's usually what I would do is I would go performance mode over quality. I will happily take a slightly worse looking game if it gives me higher FPS. I will take 60 FPS over high quality game any day of the week. I'm always happier with smoother frame rates. Oh, attack from behind. Quality doesn't play smooth at all. What the fuck? Times like this, I miss being a rogue.
Always where you need.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to click on you. Quality mode laggy or something? It's probably not laggy. I mean, I don't know for sure. I haven't actually seen it. I could be talking out my ass here. But it may not be laggy. It just, usually quality modes have a lower FPS because there's so much being displayed on screen. It would be too much effort for the engine to try and play the game at 60 FPS or higher. Usually when you go with quality mode, you're going for higher resolution, you're going for more details, more foliage, more higher quality textures, longer draw distances at higher textures. Things that, when trying to run all that at once, will cause issues at trying to play at 60 FPS. It's just almost impossible to do. So it may look choppy because you may be playing a long time on performance mode at 60 FPS. Then you swap it over to quality mode, and it's going to look choppy because it's 30 FPS. It's not really choppy. It's just less slower frame rate because you have more higher quality stuff. I missed that.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
Cool. Still gonna take all their shit. Ow!
Watch where you...
Oh, thanks.
Easy as pie.
Alright, so we're done here, right? Okay. And return. Alright. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Herbalist task. Let's go back to Sundermount. A little thundery out here. It's quiet. Too quiet.
The sooner you all leave this place, the better.
Aren't you a friendly sort? You play PC games on performance mode? Usually I do, yes. If I have that option, I'll usually play them on performance mode. I don't usually play a lot of newer games on PC. Like I said, pretty much newer games I always play on consoles. So I don't think I have any game on my PC newer than, say, probably 2013 or 2014 at the latest, my guess. I don't have anything really like super new on my PC, mostly because I don't think it could handle it. Even this game, you can't hear it over the mic, but my PC is running a little bit warm right now because of this game, and this game came out like 2012, I think. So it's kind of pushing my computer to its limits right now. So I haven't really played any games that give me the option for performance mode. But if I were, I'd probably use performance mode over quality. Is this where I needed? Oh, pure iron bark. Okay.
Oh, Meryl. So you've returned. How has your time been among the Shemlin?
It's been nothing but roses and rainbows, Master Island. The alienage is lovely in the spring. The collapsing shacks and drunken brutes are nicely offset by the knee-deep mud.
This path has been of your own choosing, Meryl. A path that has saddened the clan greatly.
Perhaps if the clan was more accepting of the ancient ways and not so mired in fear.
Enough! We will not bicker like children in front of strangers. We cannot undo what is done. My apologies for that display. Perhaps we can start again. I am Master Island, a crafter for this clan. Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city, I've seen my share of outsiders pass through our camp. Is there something you needed?
Iron bark.
Do you have any pure iron bark in stock? What use is iron bark to you? I've never met a Shem who could bend it to his will. Either way, I'm out of stock. I do know where it can be found, but it is impossible to retrieve. Our people were forbidden from venturing to the area.
Any impossible tasks are for me.
Just tell me where to find it. Just like any other Shem. Disrespectful, impatient, and foolish. I'll show you where the area is. What you
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
It doesn't look that bad. What's it supposed to be?
If you can't tell what it is, then it's rubbish.
Hush!
Dark spawner in the area. Well, good. I want them to be in the area because I get to kill stuff. Combat system in this game is fun. I want to kill stuff. Where do I go?
A Shem? Wonders never cease.
Long walk back to the world map. Ironwood clearing. Alright. Let's go. Kill some darkspawn. Blow some shit up. Hey, look. Shit to blow up. take for instance, we were talking about the different games that I would play and not play on PC. Take Dragon Age Inquisition, for instance. I have Inquisition on, I think, PlayStation. I have it on a console. Which one doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. So when I get around to Inquisition, I will be playing that on console. The downside to that would be the fact that it won't have my save file from Dragon Age Origins or DA2, so I won't be able to make any connections to those because it's a different save file on a different platform. But you know, it is what it is. Oh, hello, ogre. I need to check when you could use their official site called The Keep. You can enter your choices. Oh, really? That'd be kind of nice. It'd be nice if there was a way I could just export my save file from PC over there and be able to just use the entire save file. I know Final. I know Mass Effect 2 and 3 had a version of that where if you just wanted to play 2 and or 3 and didn't have a save file or didn't want to use a save file, you could get like a what do they call it? Not illustrated novel, graphic novel, where you would like make the choices that you would have in Mass Effect 1 or 2 in case of 3. And those choices would play out as if you did play Mass Effect 1 or 2. Don't know if your EA login, so you carried EA on console. Okay. Alright. I'll need to consider that then. If that's a thing, then I definitely want to be able to do that. I need to find him in the gallows. Okay. I don't know where the outskirts would be. At least the world map exit point's right here. This is all back in Kirkwall. Let's go to the Wounded Coast. Graphic novel's a really cool idea. I didn't realize they did it for Mass Effect. Yeah, they did. They did. I think it was it called Genesis? I could be completely wrong on the name. The only reason I know about it is just because it was brought up to my attention when I got Mass Effect 2 or 3. I forget exactly how I found out about it, but I know it's a thing. And I think it's a pretty cool way for allowing new people to the Mass Effect franchise to be able to play Mass Effect 2 and or 3 and, you know, not... hello. And not actually have to play the games, you know, in order if they don't want to. Which I honestly feel that, with the case of Mass Effect, everybody should play the entire trilogy in order. Because the games are fantastic, especially with the Legendary Edition. Mass Effect is absolutely phenomenal.
I suppose I could give that a shot. We're good to go.
What if I should up my... Well, I have actually had an issue with my mana being too low, so let's just keep working up our magic stat for now. Excuse me. Scorches a larger area and is more likely to send enemies flying. Oh, really? Winter's grasp now bursts with cold affecting other enemies near the target and may leave some foes in a brittle state. Brittle chance 40% for sources that warriors and rogues can exploit. Doesn't sound bad. kind of want the Searing Fireball, though. Definitely strength for you. You use Sword and Shield. We played the first 3 last year, and they all held up pretty well. They like the old DA games. They also don't feel old or clunky. Yeah, I will say, at least the Xbox version of Mass Effect 1, like original Mass Effect 1, not the Legendary Edition, it's rough. It's really rough. Frame rate issues on a couple of the worlds. Weird glitches happened to me several times, especially on Noveria. It seems like Noveria was a huge home for glitches in the original Mass Effect on at least the 360 and the Xbox One version. The Xbox, like, you played it on Xbox. There would be several areas that you'd go through where the frame rate would just shit the bed. There was a time when I was fighting Benezia, like the boss fight of Noveria, and she had like attacked me with a freeze attack, like the biotic freeze. And when I came out of the freeze, it was kind of weird where I ended up, and I ended up on like the railing of one of the staircases, and that's technically out of bounds. So I was stuck on an invisible wall that I couldn't get off of because I wasn't supposed to be there anyway. And it happened a couple of different times. So I literally had to either wait for my teammates to kill Benezia, which was not exactly easy to do, and I couldn't shoot her myself because she was where she had frozen me was out of line of sight to her, so I couldn't even shoot her myself or use any of my abilities. So it was a rather annoying bug to have. So Mass Effect 1 on at least Xbox was a little bit a lot of spiders, man. But the Legendary Edition fixed all that, and it's so good. Part of the charm of old games, frustrating, wonderful charm. That's a matter of opinion. Ugh. There's some buggy charm that don't charm very well. I will say the only complaint I have about Mass Effect 1 on the Legendary Edition is that they don't have one of the DLCs that I feel was a very, very strong point of the original Mass Effect 1, and that was the, what was it called? Oh, hell. Oh, god damn it. I cannot think of it. Pinnacle Station. The Pinnacle Station DLC. What Pinnacle Station was, it was a series of arenas that you could go through. They were mostly pretty fun, but wasn't really a mission of any kind. It was more like just a bunch of simulations. But what was really cool about it was after you beat all the simulations and like the ultimate final challenge for that DLC, you got your own apartment. It's like literally, it's called Shepard's apartment on a distant, empty planet, and you could get very expensive but very good rare upgrades for the Quarians. For Tali, very, very, very good rare armor, as well as really, really powerful mods for weapons that could basically make your weapons never overheat. You could literally fire forever and never have to worry about overheating. So just some really, really good stuff, rewards that you got from the Pinnacle Station DLC that you didn't get to do in the Legendary Edition because they didn't include it. From what I heard, the developers somehow lost the source code to color me confused. Maybe I'm talking out my ass here, but you'd have to explain to me how a developer loses a source code to their own game and isn't somehow able to get it from a copy they went down to GameStop and purchased. That's a little bit of a weird reason why they didn't include it. But if that's the case, that's the case. But that has got to be some of the weirdest reason why that DLC wasn't included.
That's not really my thing. You want me to do what? I don't think so.
You suck, then. Dexterity. Bianca. Archer can now fire a penny shot more frequently. Oh, okay, let's do that. Oh, my girlfriend. Or wannabe girlfriend. Magic, definitely. I gave her... what? I gave her Primal. I gave her the other... yeah, I gave her Earth and Lightning. Chain Lightning now leaps between more enemies, strikes staggered foes with further electricity damage. I am down with that.
That's not really my
You still can't do it. You suck, Varric. You realize that's why it wasn't included? Yeah. That's what I've heard, is they lost the source code to the Pinnacle Station DLC. I'm getting a PS6. Possibly eventually, but it's certainly not going to be on day one. I have never once ever had a reason or a desire to purchase a console day one. For one thing, so many bugs, so many things they've got to work out, and usually not a whole lot of games available for that system upon release. You have to play a lot of things backwards compatible, and if I'm going to do that, might as well just play on the PS5. I'm sure a ton of games will be playable on the PS6 that are PS5 native, but if I'm going to just play the PS5 games on PS6, why not just play the PS5 until they improve the PS6? I've never been one to ever want to get a console day one, especially a new generation console. Mostly for the kind of the reasons that we're hearing about with the PS5 Pro. It's never their day one releases of new consoles are never perfect. There's always major issues with them. Always. Now, will I get a PS6 eventually? I can see there's a good chance of that.
The city, it's more ordered.
I would say eventually I might, because plus 3 fire damage, sure. Because, you know, I got a PS5. I didn't get it day one either. And for the same reasons I didn't get a PS5 day one, or the same reasons I won't get a PS6 day one. It was the same reason I didn't get PS4 back in when it came out. I got a PS4 way later. PS4 was actually my first console of the PlayStation generation after PS2. I had a PS2 for a while, and then I got Xbox 360 and then Xbox One, and didn't get a PS5 or PS4 rather until much later. So I never even played on the PS3 until after I bought a PS4. Because there were some games that were backwards compatible, or sorry, there were some games that were not backwards compatible on the PS4 that I could only play on PS3. So that was why I got a PS3. Hello there.
Do you even know her name, Shem? No? It's Delilah. She's dead. And you killed her.
Did he really, though?
I was a beast then. A werewolf. I did many terrible things. I'm sorry.
Sorry does not bring my mother back.
I was a victim too, Elf.
I was trying to say, is that they're talking about the Zathrian stuff?
Stranger, please calm her down.
So this is about Zathrian and what was the naked plant chick lady? Witherfang? At the end of the day, PC beats them all. It's a matter of opinion. I can understand people's perspective on that, because especially considering that a lot of times you can do more with PC games. Like you can do mods, you can do add-ons and stuff like that. Things you can't really do with console games. You can't really mod a console game very easily. But me personally, like I said before, I'd rather play most games on console if I could. I really just I prefer it. Pretty much the only genre of game that I prefer to play PC over console, if they were available on both, would be real-time strategy games. Because I just like being able to control with a keyboard and mouse on an RTS better than I would try to use a controller. Because I tried playing Halo Wars before, and while I did do so, I did play Halo Wars on an Xbox way back in the day, it was pretty difficult. It just didn't have the same control. It wasn't as comfortable. It wasn't as comfortable. Oh, I had a hard time saying that.
Did I hear you right? You're a werewolf?
I was one, but no longer. Her Dalish keeper cursed some humans with lycanthropy long ago. The disease spread over the years, but the hero of Ferelden freed us.
Yes, I did. I wonder which one of these might... I wonder if I wish I knew what might piss off Meryl, because I don't want to piss off Meryl. I want her. I want her to be my girlfriend in this game.
He's all yours.
Run, Shem. It will make the hunt more enjoyable.
Okay, I didn't lose any points with her, so I guess it didn't really matter. Ugh. Are we back? Sorry about the loss of frames, chat. Happens sometimes for some random reason. Looks like we're good now. Lost about 2,000 frames. Christ. Looks like we're good now, so sorry about that again. Okay. Great sword. Oh, hello. Oh, there's some Kunari. Clover got from Amazon. I watched Columbo with my parents when I was younger. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. Just because I prefer gaming, and usually television and movies bore me too easily. And I need interactivity more than I need, television and stuff. I need to actually interact with what I'm doing. So TV and movies don't really do that for me.
It's hard to believe we came.
Not saying I never watch TV or movies, but it's very rare that I do. I don't even have like a TV subscription. Like I don't have Hulu or Netflix or anything like that. As for me, it's just a waste of money. The only reason I would want to have Amazon Prime is for the perks you get on Twitch for it, like some free game once a week. And, what was that? Okay. Oh, Amazon Prime. And for doing like a movie Discord nights, movie nights on Discord. I'd like to do that eventually if my community ever gets large enough for something like that. I'd love to be able to do like movie nights on like Amazon Prime or something. Did I already try this chest?
I don't think I can do that.
I think I did. Okay, we need to get over here somewhere. So we need to go south. These maps are a little bit difficult to navigate. Dead guy. Oh, one thing for sure, you can't say this game isn't pretty. Look at that shit. Damn, it looks good. Water effects look fantastic. Damn. Game looks 1,000 times better visually than Origins. Holy crap.
And the world's rid of one more Canary. Easier than I expected. Call the men back. We've got an appointment with the Viscount. Isn't that right, Seamus?
Ashad! You killed him! You Vashedan bitch!
That one of their words?
You realize your eye color is the same as the collar on your shirt, dude. Kind of weird.
Too nice with those things. I'll wager you've gone even further than that. Haven't you, brat?
I mean, your damn business, baby. He did plow a Kunari. Imagine how big their tits are? Actually, how tall they are? Columbo's really old. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Nice work, but I'll take it from here.
Competition? Well, you're too late. The Winters, I, have already claimed him.
Sirrah, if I must go back, so be it. But I will not see these murderers rewarded.
Spoiled shit! I'll cut out your tongue and charge extra for bringing you back quiet. And as for you, I could do with some entertainment while we wait for the others.
Realize you're a dead lady. And you got fucked up quick, lady. You don't realize the power that I have. How awesome of a mage I am. And also the fact we're playing on easy difficulty has nothing to do with it either.
Good riddance, but she said she was waiting for more. A lot more.
Uniform actually dead now? I didn't know that. I also don't think I did, but I'm not surprised. Oh, hello. We can have the welcoming party. We've lost a few good celebrities this year. Wasn't Lance Reddick's passing this year? Or was that last year? No,
Oh, Andraste.
that was this year.
I've never seen so many
Wasn't it?
corpses.
I can't remember now.
blood.
I don't need you falling apart. There may be more men on the way.
But also Maggie Smith. Wasn't Toby Keith's passing this year? The country singer? Yeah, Matthew Perry.
Make her take you.
Baker's breath. You do get results.
Ashard never lied, never coddled. You are worth his time, or you are not. They are not the brutes others claim they are. Take me to my father, and I will try again to make him see.
It's clear this was not your...
That's right, it was 2023? Okay.
This
I knew it was before the final
I met
Shapes
him
release.
Soon after their ship foundered. I had run again to escape the keep and my father. Ashard was to map the coast, to find an answer for the Arishok. I had so many doubts. Kunari have none.
There was like 3 or 4 that passed this year, and I was like, damn, I'm really bummed by that.
I wasn't aware that Kunari take many friends.
Perhaps it isn't the right word.
Wasn't?
I am the Viscount's son, bound by everything that means. Ashard did not care.
Didn't James Earl Jones pass this year?
That was enough.
Maggie Smith's the same age as my grandmother when she died. My grandmother's still alive. It's kind of sad how some people...
I confess I'm not sure what one does with a dead Kunari.
The body is no longer him, and is worthy of no special treatment. That is, apparently, their way.
Should his people be told?
They will know. Whether they will deign to acknowledge it, I have no idea. There was much of Ashard that I didn't understand, but it was so very worth trying.
The Viscount is clearly concerned about your safety.
The Viscount sends thugs to do a father's job. I was in no danger until his help arrived.
You could have told him this was your wish.
Keep your assumptions. He doesn't hear me. He's as tired of being disappointed as I am of bearing it. And now, Ashard is dead. It's not right.
We'll leave soon enough, Seamus. Be ready.
Okay, I thought so.
Your whim, Sirrah.
I think I just kind of remember there was like 3 or 4 that I was like, damn, him too, damn, him too, damn, her too. I can't remember them all right now. They were all like ones that I like knew well. Like sometimes you'll see like celebrities that passed away and I'm like, who? I don't even get insulted by my grandma left me $80,000 when she died. What should I do with it? Man, I'm not one to give financial advice. That's just not what I do. But I'm not somebody that grew up with money, and I mean I still don't have money now. If I came into a large amount of money like that, I would pay off any debts that I had, like pay off my car loan or credit cards, something like that, and put the rest in an interest-bearing savings account or just some kind of savings account and just leave it there. Don't ever touch it unless it's absolutely, necessary. People would say some things like, if I won the lottery, I'd buy blah, 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 I'd buy blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't. That's not how I am. Even if I won, like, a ridiculously huge lottery and $100 million, something stupid like that, or like nearly $1 billion or something crazy, I still wouldn't go out buying a whole bunch of crap. I would do what I just said, pay off all my loans, or my car loan, pay off my...
I am ready to leave. And you have coin to collect, I'm sure.
We'll leave soon enough, Seamus. Be ready.
I am at your whim, Sirrah.
I literally can't leave this area without him, can I? Fine, we'll just go. I wanted to explore more because I still have a quest to do here.
I am ready to leave. And you have coin to collect, I'm sure.
Let's go, Seamus. Your father will be waiting in the keep.
Then take me to him.
But I would pay off my car, pay off my all my credit card, any credit card debt I had.
Father. My son.
You just kind of appeared out of the wall there, dude.
You.
Enough, Father.
Allow me to present one Sirrah Hawk, Excellency. He fulfilled the bounty.
You have my gratitude.
I'd probably buy a house. It would be because of my rather minimalist nature. I would buy like a rather smaller house because it's really just me and my cat. So I don't know what houses go for, but I would probably buy a house and pay it completely off in one setting, so I don't owe anything, and have the rest of the money put away just for the property taxes every year, and that's it. I wouldn't go out and buy a ridiculously large mansion or a Lamborghini or something like that.
We were heavily outnumbered, but I prevailed.
I was told the Winters had involved themselves. Was there no way to avoid an incident?
They murdered my friend. Where is the concern for that?
It was my understanding you were captured alone. Foolishly traipsing about the coast as you do.
I was not captured. I was with a shard. The Kunari. They are not monsters to be feared. If you would just try to understand, others would see as well.
Better that you were thought abducted than to have their influence suspected in my own family. Benign or not, it's too much.
You're gonna buy a Lexus. Like I said, that's up to you.
You're too closed-minded. You've raised a smart child and should listen to him.
That is quite enough. My apologies, Excellency, for this intrusion into personal matters. There is no... Just move.
All right. Talk to Maryland or House of Lowtown's alienage. Okay, it's for later. We report to Avalon's captain. It's the Deep Road exposition. We're still waiting for these things. Still got to do that mission. Still waiting on these, right? Yeah, what can we do with those? Darktown. So we still need to go get that done. Because we were already at the, what you call it mountain anyway. Huh? Yeah, Wounded Coast, that's what I meant. What would you do if you won a million? Pretty much what I just said. I'd pay off my biggest debts, which would just be my car, my credit cards.
What do you do, Aveline?
And
you know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean, in your off.
Buy a small house. That's it.
Fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's as much as I like my job, which I really do. I wouldn't stay at it. I'd spend a lot more time doing like the things that I really want to do, which is streaming and content creation. And live off the, I need to go north. Live off the interest of the money. I put what I didn't spend on the credit cards and paying off the car, I put in an interest-bearing savings account and live off the interest. Well, the rest of it would just stay in there. How the hell do I get there? I'd probably stream like 6 days a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. Spend time working on my RPG project. I'm an indie developer developing my own game. I'd do that and make more video content. This is what I want to do for a quote-unquote job, but it's not a likely thing. No, what I do now for a living is I work for a bank. I want to be a content creator, though, for like a profession. But that's not very likely. It's very rare that that kind of thing is possible. Only exceptionally lucky people get that privilege. I mean, it pays my bills. Would it pay off would my job pay a family? Probably not. Pay for a family? Probably not. But it pays what I need and covers me and my cat, which is all I got. That's all I need.
No further, human. Cal Vishoth control these passages.
If you're looking for trouble, you've found it.
I seek no trouble. I meant to warn you. But you are no caravan. You are tracking. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
Sorry, what? I wanted to apply to work at a bank, but didn't get the interview. Oh, that's sad. What I do at my bank is a very niche position, but it's something that I have like 15 years of experience in. So it was easy for me to essentially get hired because of my experience specifically in the area that I do my job at.
Is this Kunari courage?
I am not Kunare.
You sure got me
Well,
fooled.
you're no dwarf.
Kunare are of the Qun. I am Tal Vishoth. So are the others, but they murder and steal, and I won't. So I warned you. Now I will leave.
Join me to fight them.
If they have offended you so much, help me go after them.
But I am worse. They don't want to raise their swords for coin, so they murder and steal. They cling to the honor they held under the Qun. My sword means nothing. I will sell it and myself as mercenary. Kunare would say I am worse.
Delivery driver, worst job ever. I mean, I wouldn't agree. I mean, I haven't done delivery myself. In fact, I've worked very little retail at all, or anything of that effect. But there are some pretty awful jobs out there. One of the lowest jobs I had, at least one of my least liked jobs. I'll put it that way. I don't mean to like judge it, but least liked jobs was I worked at an ice rink. And that may sound kind of nice. Hey, ice rink, you can go ice skating pretty much whenever you want. True to a point, but essentially I was a glorified janitor. while I did help customers with, skate rentals and things of that sort, so it wasn't all just like cleaning toilets and cleaning floors. 90% of it was cleaning floors, cleaning toilets, doing a lot of janitorial work. And I didn't care for that. I mean, it was a job. It was an ice rink. The perks were nice because anytime I wanted to go play hockey or go skate at the rink during my off hours, I could do so for free as long as I wasn't taking up space for a paying customer. Did you catch all that? I just saw my frames drop again. But yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. And also the rink I was working at was also in kind of a shoddy condition. So it was like trying to clean up a place that was always a mess. It was like trying to clean dirt.
Sounds like you want a chance to show otherwise.
These are facts I cannot deny.
Seems to me the last man standing gets final say on who is right or wrong.
There is an appeal to that. The leader of these Tal Vishoth, he is worth killing. I will help you. The path to the camp is obvious, human. I will meet you there.
Well, nothing can go wrong setting him loose, huh?
Okay. You think it's too late for me to go back to college at 33? Crash, no. I don't think it's late at all. My mother went to college, to a community college, but she went to college. I forget how old she was. I don't know the exact age, but she was certain. I'm certain she was older than 33. She was older than her 30s. When she went back to college, she got a what is it? I think it's called an MBA. I don't know if that means anything to you in the UK, but short answer to your question, no. I don't think you're too old. I don't think you're too old at all. If you want to expand your knowledge, then I don't think there's any age is too old to go to college at all. A friend of mine who's in their 30s recently did, and she's thriving in her new job. Even better. Depending on what you want to do with your life, like if you know what you want to do and you know the path you want to take through college to get to that job, then by all means go for it. Go for it, because while going through college doesn't guarantee a job, at least you have the experience. So if a job does come open that pays really, really well, you are one of the first ones that can be chosen for that position. It's a fantastic opportunity. Me personally, I never went to college. I have a high school diploma. That's my highest level of education on paper. I'm a very smart guy, even though I can't really prove it in any form. I can't prove it on paper. I only have a high school diploma. And that's mostly because up until about 12 years ago, I guess, I didn't know what I really wanted to do with my life. I only just worked like the bank jobs that I have because that was all I got into at my younger ages, and that was all the experience that I had. 12 years ago, I started doing content creation, and it didn't take long for me to realize that's what I wanted to do with my life. But I didn't have the ability or the luxury or the money to be able to take college classes that would help pursue that, even if such college classes existed. But if you want to be like, I don't know what you're thinking of, but if you've got an idea in mind of what you want to do, then I absolutely would say take either vocational college or vocational courses that lead to that, or yes, go to like a community college, or if you can afford it, a university, and get you a degree in that area, so you can have the knowledge and the experience to get the good dollar bills. I will say, though, that college... I know a good number of people that never went to college, but they still ended up getting really good jobs, owning a business, a successful business, and things like that. I want to say it's somebody like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, one of those two, was somebody that didn't ever get their high school diploma or something, or they don't have a college education on paper, but they obviously, if it's, they made Microsoft and Apple, one or the other. What the hell direction do I take? Oh, up here. So, you don't necessarily have to go to college to be successful. It's probably a pretty good help, but sometimes a high school diploma is all you need. It mostly depends on your ambition and your talent. And what you want to do. And what I want to do is get down there, but I don't know how to do that. And there's no college education for that shit. Give me a college course on how to navigate this fucking map. Dragon Age Pathfinding 101. This looks like it's right. I was going to wake up at 7 a.m. to attend college. Usually wake up 12 p.m. most days. Now, I get up at 5 o'clock every morning to go to work because my job starts at 7, so... While I don't really care for getting up early like that, it's not uncommon for me. Even on my off days, though, I don't sleep past 8 a.m. Maybe 8:30 at the latest. I'm just not one for sleeping super late. I feel like it's a waste of my off time to sleep so much. Honestly, I hate sleeping. I mean, I sleep when I have to, obviously, but I hate actually sleeping. Put it on my tank. If I could get like a full night's sleep in 2 hours, I absolutely would do that. I have so much more time on my hands.
Oh, I'm going to
usually between like 10 and 11. Usually on my work days, I try to go too much later than 10:30. But usually like 10 is like, I need to start at least heading to bed by 10, even if I don't fall asleep right away. Usually my stream wraps up around 9 o'clock. It gives me an hour to do anything I need to do with the stream content, edits or whatever, and then go to bed or watch somebody else's stream for an hour.
You want me to do what? I don't think so.
Well, for me it's 8 p.m. my time, so I know for you guys in the UK it's got to be like what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's like 2 a.m. for you guys. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now we fight.
I do appreciate y'all being here so late, though. Late for you guys. I really appreciate it.
enough of that.
Into the cavern of the Tal Shiar. I mean, Tal the Shah. Honestly, I'd rather deal with the Romulans than the Kunari, to be perfectly honest. The Romulans aren't scary looking. Kunari, on the other hand,
Now you meet your maker!
I do have to say I'm a little disappointed so far by the map designs here. I mean, maybe because we're visiting an area we've been to before, but I feel like this particular map, this particular cavern setup, we've already been to this before. Like how it appears, how it looks and everything. I feel like we've been here already.
Why is it nobody ever seems happy to see us?
Where the hell are they then? Lance Reddick heart disease. Yeah, it's super sad, man. I was usually like celebrities passing don't really like do much for me. I'd be like, oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's a pity. That person died, or like, okay, whatever. But Lance Reddick, I was really sad for because he plays, you know, a number of characters that I actually really enjoy. You know, he's Commander Zavala in Destiny and Destiny 2. He's Silence from the Horizon Zero Dawn franchise. It really, you know, bummed me out that he passed, especially so suddenly. Map design is bad. It's like 3 maps copy and pasted, but in BioWare's defense, this was like 1.5 years of development before it was released. Really? Was their development time that short? Okay, I can, if that's true, then I can understand that. It still sucks, but I mean, I guess I can tolerate that reason if that's actually legitimate. Because a 1.5 turnaround time for a development cycle is crazy. I mean, take a look, for example, at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It was 4 years between the release of 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth. And look how much they did in that 4 years. Let me look at Rebirth like, oh my god. He was in that's right, he was in John Wick films. I forgot about that. I haven't seen any of those, but I do know he was in them. Which is pretty impressive considering how strong the story is. I haven't seen much story yet because I'm still early in the game.
Here we go.
I'm glad to know that it wasn't just me, like, you know, being unfair to the game. If the maps are really copy and pasted, you know, at least I'm not missing out on details here. $14 to 16 months. Good God, that is crazy. It's amazing there's not like other like duplicated assets. Like, you know, it's not like they took repeated animations from Origins. Like I said, all the animations of this game are fantastically done. the combat animations of the mage, you know, back in DA Origins, you were like, stabby, pew pew, pew pew. Oh, I must cast magic. Woo, pew pew, pew pew. You know, whereas here your mages are practically doing a dance with their stick, with their wand or staff. With EA being EA, rushing the game out. That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say, and the response you get from me is, mm-hmm. Are you supposed to be standing there? You're not Meryl. Okay. Then I'm surprised there's not more wrong with this game then. I mean, I haven't encountered any bugs or anything at this point, but if there were, then I would not be surprised if that the game was extremely buggy. I mean, so far, if the worst complaint about this game is the copy and pasted locales, then BioWare did a great job in 14, 16 months. Wait, was that it? Maybe I go into a new area. Lance didn't look like the type of guy to be fat to die of heart disease. Just showing you can get heart disease even if you're healthy. That much I know is true. That much I know is true. There was a radio host in Dallas who had died to a severe heart issue. It wasn't like cardiac arrest. It was actually something a whole lot worse. Like his heart, from what I understand, his heart basically like exploded inside of his chest, and he was not. He was not overweight. He wasn't an unhealthy guy. He was very, very like average. You know.
There are laws for almost everything. You're not a bad guard, are you?
No.
That's good. Is it because you're fond of Hawk? I kind of am.
How very nice for you. Keep it to yourself.
I'd rather keep it with him.
I'm gonna get me some elven pussy. So did I complete that or not? Go to the Kunari compound by the docks at day. Kunari compound, but... Back in Kirkwall? Oh, the docks. All right. That's a little confusing, but okay. Guess I can go do that real fast. But we all know I'll die of a heart attack because I'm so fat and eat junk all the time. Well, fortunately, heart disease doesn't run in my family. So, you know, knock on wood, as they say, fingers crossed, all those things. That probably won't be a problem.
Did Lothering have any lineage?
It wasn't a big enough village to have a wall around it, let alone a place for elves.
Where did the elves live then?
Stables and outbuildings mostly.
I think I like alienages better.
The only real, like, consistent, quote-unquote, thing in my family is,
Let me pass. I have business with the
stroke.
Javaris and your...
My father had a couple of strokes when he was in his, like, 40s.
Enter if you must, Basra.
Good talk. But his was mostly caused from a large amount of stress. And so part of what I try to do with my life is try to make it as stress-free as possible. I don't eat a lot of fast food, but what I do get is like Tyson chicken and like pizzas. So I don't eat the healthiest of things, but I also don't like scarf down a lot of, junk food, in my opinion. I also don't exercise, but that's my own laziness. I have no excuse other than I just don't. I don't really want to. I mean, it's not like I can't afford. It's not like I can't afford a gym like membership or anything. I live in an apartment complex where there's a gym in the complex that I can use for free at any time I wanted. And I've lived in this apartment for going on 3 years now, and I haven't been in it once. Used it once in the 4 years. You see that, even though I just said that I have a gym at my apartment complex, if I actually did go and purchase a membership somewhere, that would be my incentive, or one of my biggest incentives, to go and actually go to the gym, because I would feel like I've wasted my money for spending that and not going to it. Even if I only went like maybe once a week or twice a week, something like that, as long as I went on some kind of a consistent basis. If I went for months and never went, even though I paid every month to do so, I would be so angry with myself. I'd be so, infuriated.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your era shock. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
I've been fighting for hours, sort of. I have a loincloth.
Illustrious Aeroshok, I am here to report that your hated Talvashoth were felled, one and all. Right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Say something.
I can exercise okay, just my diet is terrible. Same thing here. I played hockey for 8 years. I grew up, working out and keeping in shape and stuff. And I don't have a problem with working out. Really, it's just more of, once I get off work, my focus is on usually something for stream related, content creation related, or my RPG project that I'm developing. I actually this is not an excuse, but I still kind of just forget that it's there. I get home and I start working on this stuff, and my brain just forgets that I should probably go and work out first before I sit down here and start doing these things. And I just, I should just try to get into some kind of habit to where I get off work, I go out there and do that, and then I'm free to do all this stuff. It's hard for me to, get started on it too. But it's not that I have a problem doing it. I mean, I do have my preferences as to what I do for working out. I like to do the treadmill. I like to work on arms, but I don't like doing leg workouts. I don't like doing squats or leg presses or shit like that. My legs are, you guys can't see it obviously because you only see this much of me, but my legs are very buff. I mean, if my leg muscles, if my arm muscles were as big as my leg muscles, I could probably crush a watermelon with my arms. That comes from, like I said, 8 years of playing hockey and skating. I used to be a goaltender, so I had to carry the big heavy pads around. So my legs are, I got the thick legs. I may not look like Chun-Li, but I got Chun-Li legs. Not literally, but I got them legs, yo. I got the thick legs. The thick with 3 C's.
The Talvashoth camped at the Wounded Coast are dead. You won't honor your bargain?
There is no bargain to honor. His offer for the Gatlock was refused, so he invented a task to prove his worth, when he has none.
I broke my beard getting your outcasts killed.
But he still has his beard. Do you think it hurts?
You hired someone more competent and now stand in their shadow pretending it is yours. You demean his...
Meryl, how can you be so cute?
Get out of my sight before I bother lifting my sword.
I did his dirty work. That debt stands.
Does it, dwarf?
You said yourself there was no bargain. I'm not getting a sodding thing out of this.
This human did what you could not, something I did not expect of any outsider, and you have involved me. If you made a bargain for the Talvashoth, that debt for their lives will be honored.
Sod it all, take your coin, take whatever. Hornhead oxmen and mongrel donglords, suck your own powder and blow your head off, sod it.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
No problem, bro. I'm good with the cash you gave me. 3 gold, hell yeah. See you later, buddy. Don't get too horny. I was a bit taller, I wouldn't look as fat. Height certainly, I mean, I'm not short. I'm 5'9", but I'm 5'9", but I also weigh 250, and most of that is muscle in like my legs and like my arms. But I'm kind of flabby around the midsection for sure. Okay, let's see. The Chantry? What do we need at the gallows? Probably if I worked out, at least did like treadmill stuff, I could probably get down to like 230. That's probably about as low as I could get. Without like sacrificing muscle to lose weight. Which I wouldn't want to do.
Pure ironwood. It's perfect. It is.
Okay, so that's done. I can come back and bring in the other stuff later. Didn't Meryl want to talk at her house? Maybe that was something else. Shawl of Desolatier.
Who knows?
Who knows? I know. Do you know? Juneau? Juneau, Alaska? Oh, wait. Turn here.
Be careful if you're going into the Rose. It's a favorite hangout of crime bosses and tax collectors.
Crime bosses and tax collectors? You say that like they're different people. Or rather gain muscle and lose weight. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I'm with you there, Josh. That's why that's why I say I probably wouldn't want to go much less than.
Oh, it's so lovely. Let's not stay here for long.
Madame Lucine runs the place for Harlan. Or with him. Or on him. It's a coterie thing.
like 230, 225, 230. Because, like I said, anything less than that, and I'm losing muscle. Back in my hockey days, I was about like 220. Which is quite stout for a hockey player. If you look at hockey players nowadays, anybody that weighs 220 pounds is usually like 6'3", 6'4". Hello, please urgent reply needed. I hope your item is still in good condition. If so, kindly text my email with a picture of the item as to confirm if the item is still in good condition and to make sure the item is not a stolen item because of my bad experience before making the payment and I want it posted to my cousin's address in the UK. So kindly text me on my email and I'll be happy to make the payment ASAP. That I assume you're selling something. If you actually are selling something, then I mean if you're not selling something, that's definitely a scam. But that does seem a little bit scammy. Yeah, I'm with Fern. That's a little weirdly worded, especially the what it posted to my cousin's address in the UK. Please urgently reply. I don't do a lot of like commercial related purchases and stuff, but that sounds a bit weird. If when I have done those kind of things, usually I wouldn't get somebody that would say, "Hey, I need an urgent response to this." It'd be like, "Hey, I'm interested in the product. Do you still interested in the item? Do you still have it? I'm willing to meet at such and such a place for the exchange or whatever." It's been years since I've done anything like that, so my wording may be off. These elves look really freaking weird. Good God, that look weird. Who the hell are you?
You were looking for this.
Oh.
You found this? I don't know what to say.
Other than the arrow over your head, how is he supposed to know that was for her? Who the father? Okay.
Ferelden, are you? We are not a charitable organization, Sirrah. If you cannot pay...
I started to say, I'm standing over here. Why are you looking over here?
Is that clear?
Why are you looking over my shoulder?
Wait. What exactly are you paying for? I was busy trying not to touch anything in here.
2 sovereigns for premium service, 1 sovereign for standard service. 50 silver and someone may touch you. Briefly.
Other trustee you want on eBay trying to communicate outside of it? Yeah, that Fern makes a very good point there. Is your name is please my address carefully and email ASAP. Yeah, okay. No, the cute elf behind me. I'm gonna fill her up later, hopefully, without having to pay any money for it. So no thanks, I'm good. I'm not that hard up. I may have a hard on, but I'm not that hard up.
I'm not interested.
Of course you aren't. Poverty had nothing to do with your decision, I'm sure.
Poverty. I have 13 gold, which in this game is actually pretty good amount of money. Considering she said 1 sovereign for premium service, I can get 13 premium services. I don't know what it consists of, but I get 13 of them. But I'm impoverished. Okay. Yeah, I'm done here. So anal sex for one sovereign, hand job for...
See, for my sake,
Never mind.
please quit cutting through the alleys in Lowtown alone at night.
Nothing ever happens. I'm perfectly safe, Varric.
Yes, I know. And that nothing is costing me a fortune.
What?
I thought the refugees were keeping...
Okay. Alright, let's find that. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, chat. It's Bodane and Sandal. It's the enchantment kid. Enchantment?
Don't mind him, monsieur. Sandal's never been one for conversation. Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service.
Don't bother with Sorry PS5 anymore, too many scammers.
Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal.
Enchantment.
Hello.
Oh, wow, he says more than one word.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
I don't know that... Yeah, I forgot the... Me too. Selling a PS5 on eBay, I think, is not a great idea. Just my own personal opinion. I did work at selling things on eBay. One of my early jobs way back in the day. If you're selling something like a set of tools, if you're selling maybe a small cheap television that you just don't have it, that you don't want anymore, you know, if you're selling maybe a microphone, just look at my microphone that just came to mind. You know, maybe even Nintendo Switch. eBay, not a bad choice. But something like a PS5, I would be reluctant to sell on eBay unless you put in unless you put on there like local sales only. Because at that point, you wouldn't have to worry about shipping it to some weird address somewhere. Yes, you would be limiting your potential buyers to just a local region, so where like only people that live within, you know, as far as you feel like driving or traveling to sell it to somebody. You know, if somebody wanted to buy it, say in, you know, I don't know which country in the UK you live in, but let's say you live in near London or something, and somebody in Scotland wants it, yeah, it would be, you know, we wouldn't be able to do that because you're limiting it to a local area, but it would be safer doing it that way, in my opinion. In my opinion, I would say try to maybe sell it just to local areas. Not saying that scammers won't be a thing, but more likely if you put local purchases only or local buyers only, and you stick to that, you're most likely going to get more genuine people wanting to buy it than you will get scammers, I feel. Again, it's been 20 years since I dealt with eBay, but I would say that's a good bet. I don't know if you have Craigslist in the UK, but what we have here is essentially like an online newspaper called Craigslist, and that's essentially where I would sell it if I was also doing a PS5 myself. And typically Craigslist has localities that everything involved in the Craigslist, or I should say, everything in your area on Craigslist is people selling and buying from your area. Like I was telling you earlier, I live in Houston, so if I wanted to sell something like a PS5, I would go to Houston's Craigslist page, and I would know I would find a buyer from the Houston area. I wouldn't have to ship it anywhere else. I would meet that person at at the parking lot of a Walmart or, you know, some kind of a public place with bright lights in the middle of the day and make the exchange. That way everybody is safe, everybody sees the product working and all that other stuff. You don't ship it to some weird thing and you get a check that doesn't work, or a bounce back check or bullshit like that. You know, a hot check or a legal check, whatever. You sent your PS5 off to somebody and you get back a check that you can't cash because it's a scam check. You know, the person hands you cash for your PS5. You hand them the PS5, call it a day, and go home. That's what I would do. I don't know if you have something like that over there, but that's my suggestion. You know, if you want to take advice from a dude on your computer screen.
We'll face both Darkspawn and the Unknown.
Indeed, and who knows what shall await us at the end. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Yeah, he said it.
Just so.
Christ, Sandal, could you please learn to blink?
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rose. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
I just traded in my local game store, much safer. That's certainly true. That's certainly true. The only... Here's the downside to that, is depending on who you're trying to sell it to, as far as like to one of the local stores, is you're only going to get what they feel like selling it to you or buying it from you for. So like if they have a cap to, like, you know, we're not going to buy a PS5 that's for more than like $300, for instance, I'm just making up numbers, then no matter what, you're going to get $300 for it. That's all you're going to get. Whereas if you wanted more, say you wanted $500 for it, and you wanted to sell it on the UK equivalent of Craigslist, you get $200 more for it, and it's guaranteed because, you know, that's what you posted for. If somebody wants it, they're going to give you $500 for it. Point being, you might get a little bit more for it selling it locally to another person than to a store. Just saying, because the store is in it for the profit. They buy your PS5 because they're going to sell it back for a ridiculous amount of money so they can make a huge profit. That's just how those stores work.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine man. After all his accomplishments, may he find even greater success. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Nice reference to Dragon Age Origins.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
Is he scratching his ass?
I like enchantment.
Oh, he said more than one word.
He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
Will he wash his hands before he enchants any of my gear? Because I really don't want my staff to smell like scratched ass. Just saying.
Let's see what you have.
By all means.
Looks like he's seen some shit.
My wares whenever you wish.
Sandal needs to blink, man. Take 230. I don't know what you're selling it for. For the PS5, my ad says 300, but seems more legit. If somebody's offering you an amount, you know, that's more likely a legit person. It's typically, you know, again, just using myself as an example, usually when I would sell something like that, I would post it for more than I really want for it. Like, again, using the PS5, for example, say I wanted $300 for it. I would actually post it for $350 or $375, expecting someone to come back and go, hey, I'm interested. Would you be willing to take $325 or $300 for it? You know, or they could say, you know, would you take $300 for it? I can negotiate them $325 maybe, or something like that. You know, I know that my minimum is going to be $300, but if I post it for a little bit higher, somebody might still make an offer for it and offer for less. And if I get $325, great. I actually got $25 more than I intended. You know. But usually a scam would not offer would not offer a lower deal like that. Especially if it's like a simple conversation, just a quick question like, hey, I'm interested. Do you still have it? I want to give you $230 for it. You know, if you got that paragraph that you got from that other guy, yeah, that's a scam. $11 spirit damage. Okay, so yeah, our staffs are better. Two-handed. Well, neither of my characters currently use two-handed, so that doesn't do me any good. But armor. Check how much you can trade in for CEX, Game Music, Magpie, etc. Give you an idea of what offers you might want to accept. Yeah, that's a good one. Like, depending on how old your PS5 is, maybe like see how much like a GameStop or something like that is selling it for. Kind of like what he said. And maybe give them just a little bit less of an amount. Like say a PS5 at a GameStop or something like that is $500. Try like, again, $350. You know, $400. You know, you're undercutting the GameStop, but you're also, you know, offering a pre-owned product for less than what probably a pre-owned product at GameStop would be. Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, armor is only for me. I keep forgetting that detail. Don't we have one ring equipped? I haven't really needed any potions yet in this game, which is pretty crazy to me. Okay, 6 mana, stamina, plus 4% fire damage. What is this? Fortitude. Okay. I want the plus 4 mana on me. And she can take the other one. Plus 4 nature damage. Let's give her that. Plus fortitude. Let's give him this then. Okay. You can also haggle. CX website says 223 cash trade-in. Also haggle it if the trade-in is that amount. Go with 270 or something. You have the advantage. It's coming up to Christmas. Yeah, that's another. That's a point I didn't even think of, Fern. You make a fantastic point. With Christmas coming up, you know, people are going to want to buy stuff for their kids or their significant others that are in it. So, you know, demand will be there. The demand will be there. We could upgrade Bianca, huh? Well, I have no runes. I have no runes. Alright, well, fuck that. Alright, we might be coming back there at some point. But, for now, I need to find a way out of this town. Robes by Jean-Luc. I just now caught his name. One of his last names is Picard. I'm just a Star Trek nerd. I swear to God I am. Alright. Tranquility, the way it should be. Dark Town. Let's go to Low Town real quick. And we'll probably head into we'll head into Dark Town. Do whatever those missions there are, then we'll call it a night.
Have you penned some warnings for the lawless?
Who's that for? Are most criminals big readers? Seems like pacifying the nobles.
Pictures, then. It was just a suggestion.
Well, how about a giant sign that just says don't? You could hit people with it.
Thank you. I get the point.
Do you think it's pointless to keep normal PS5 and PS5 Pro? Considering the issues I've been hearing about PS5 Pro's performance in some games, I personally would hold on to the PS5 a little bit longer. I wouldn't be in such a big hurry to get rid of it. But I think it's also your own perspective. If you haven't really been having issues with the PS5 Pro, everything's been working fine for you, then you really don't have a need to keep the PS5. But, again, the other side of the coin is, if you do want to sell it, you're going into the prime time to do so because Christmas is coming up, and there's going to be buyers for it. There is going to be buyers for it. I need to go pee anyway, so we're going to run a little Video Gaming 101 here, and I will be right back after that. So, BRB. Welcome to Video Gaming 101. I'm Professor Willie Longwoodcock. Rule number 3. Fortnite sucks. Nothing else needs to be said.
Ignis, pull over a sec.
Certainly. Who's up for a hike?
Ignis, pull over is like, sure thing. That's where we're supposed to go. How long is this fire gonna burn? Because it's hot, yo. What the? He's just beating my ass. I'm either on fire or I'm getting my ass beat by a giant head crab.
Oh, that looks like a problem. Oh, what? Is that a turret? Please tell me it's not a... Oh, that is a turret. Why? Why do turrets have to hate me so much?
Yeah, there's no way to get past him. Oh shit, I got past him. Fencing foxes. If you needed any more evidence that this game is anime-based, there it is. Alright, I'm back, everybody. Welcome back. Hello. If you needed any more evidence that this game is anime-based, there it is. Foxes wearing fencing uniforms and fancy purple hats. Is that you, the professor video? Of course not. That's the professor. My good friend, Willie Longwoodcock. It's not me at all. What would you think? Why would you think it was me?
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you.
This is a donation box to Ed Frail and refugees. I got 5 sovereigns to spare. Cool, I leveled up. I gave money and I leveled up. I knew this game was pay to win. Let's do this. Alright, I'm getting Firestorm. Where'd you start streaming with Twitch? Well, this is my second Twitch account. But the first time was, was it June or July of 2021? I think. Was it 2021? Yeah, it had to be 2021. I did my first started doing streaming. I streamed on Facebook, and that was March of 2020, and then yeah, around June or July of 2021. So it was like a little over a year later. I started doing Twitch. But before that, I did 6 years of YouTube videos. So I've been doing content creation for 11 years. It'll be 12 years next year. Next year will be my 12th year doing content creation. So I did a lot of YouTube pre-produced videos before that.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
Here to shop? Looking for someone.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden? The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden? Well, he's not now. And busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
The only Ferelden Grey Warden I know of is on the throne. Oh, Alistair. I'm like, who the hell is she talking about? The Grey Warden is not on the throne. I'm talking about Alistair. What do you mean the only ones you know? How come you don't know about the hero of the Ferelden? Man, this lady's tits are about to pop out of that top. Just saying. There is very little holding her in.
Where is this healer?
You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
So he's a mage? I'm actually considering canceling my Pro bundle now. Well, I mean, PS5 still seems okay. If you're going to get your money back and you're not really feeling confident about getting the PS5 Pro, you know, that's good. It's a good, smart thing to do. If you end up losing your money for it, then I wouldn't want to do that.
You mean he's a mage?
Would I stick my neck out for some purveyor of hensbane and leeches? He doesn't want to be locked in the gallows.
Look, lady, I don't know who you are. I don't know what your personality is. Stop pretending like I would know you, and stop being a bitch. Sorry, I had to get that out.
I wouldn't worry so much about his safety. Worry about yours.
Don't you threaten me. You think we're strangers to violence after the Blight? Any Ferelden in the city would lay down his life for the healer after what he's done for us. Still, I suppose you can seek him out. Anders certainly hasn't turned anyone
Oh
else.
my god, it's Anders? I loved Anders. He was cool.
If you have need enough, Anders will be within. I can't get my brother off the boat.
Anders was cool in the Awakening DLC. I loved Anders. He was awesome. He reminded me of how I would be if I was a mage in that world. The good thing the Pro comes with is 2 terabyte space default. Hard drive / solid state drive space, that can be gotten anywhere, man. You can get a hard drive, an external hard drive, or an external solid state drive for way less than a PS5 Pro.
I should have stayed home and took my chances with the Blight.
2 terabyte solid state may be a little expensive, but a 2 terabyte regular external hard drive has got to be super cheap by now. Got to be super cheap. Hell, I have an external PS5. I have an external 5 terabyte hard drive plugged into my PS5. Now, granted, it's only for storage. You can't play games. You can't play PS5 games through an external hard drive. But I've got 5 terabytes of storage, and every game that I want to play that isn't on my internal hard drive is on there.
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town.
Uh-huh.
And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Dude, Dude. Let's look at this situation for a moment here. You're worried about Anders. You saying you know what happens to mages in this town. You see me. See this stick on my back. This isn't for show. You see the cute elf chick to my right. You see the stick she's got on her back. If we had intentions of harming the mage in favor of the Templars, do you really think it would be us that were doing it? You're just not using your brain there, man. I don't know what lyrium you've been smoking, but we ain't gonna hurt him, dumbass. Can you play PS4 games from external? I think you can. Pretty sure you can. As far as I'm aware, only PS5 games are required to be put on the internal to play them.
Don't question me. Let's show these folks a little Ferelden justice.
Ferelden Justice. You guys know I'm from Ferelden, yes? You also know I'm a mage. You just blew like 6 of you guys up at once. So I ask you again, what do you think we're going to do to Anders? Second question, what did you think was going to happen when you took on 2 mages? I would wait for your answer, but I actually have places to be, and dead people don't really talk. Just saying. You have an 8 terabyte internal SSD. Holy shit, man. Good God. I thought I was doing good with my 5 terabyte external. Granted, it's a hard drive, not an SSD, but Jesus Christ, man. Shoot, buddy. Alright, let's go to Darktown. See if we can get some of those missions done before I need to wrap up. Computer's running a little warm. Not really too thrilled about that. Wonder what I can do to, if there's some settings I can turn down to get some of the pressure off my computer. Enchanted staff. 17. Okay. How about for Merrill? 15 electricity. Okay. Sure. I've already used 4.8 terabytes of PS5 games on it. Well, I understand the reason for you having such a large hard drive. I'm not one that likes to delete games either. Let's do this. Damn it. The Taventa Imperium.
I should have stayed in the
Kirkwall, Darktown.
Here, you were looking for this.
Don't wave that around. I mean, thank you for this perfectly normal item.
Thank you for handing me this very large dildo that I certainly don't have anymore. You can keep this very large dildo, sir. With the spikes. And the unusually fragrant scents. Never mind. Oh, she already has Tempest? Alright, check tactics. Any new skills here? Enemy nearest visible. What do you have? Tempest, Chain Lightning, Spirit Bolt, Stone Fist, and Hex of Torment. Okay, so you don't have any new abilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so nothing new here. Never mind. Let's clear that. You might have a new ability? Oh, you have been using Hail of Arrows. I know you got a new skill. Enemy target at short range. Pommel Strike, Shield Bash. Pommel Strike, Shield Bash, Taunt, and Assault. Okay, so Assault.
Alone in the dark. And that's how we like it.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril.
I was going to say, who the hell are you?
Heard you're going on some expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
I can handle myself. Have you seen the power of my big stick?
I've fought Darkspawn before.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the Coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Sure. Thanks. Oh, okay. Thank you. I get it. Go away now.
Nothing worth scavenging today.
Nope. This way.
Fereldans, free marchers, all shit.
Okay, let's see what we got here. We got... That's the estate seller, birthright, and tranquility. I wonder if we get Anders? That'd give us 3 mages. We would have no tank, though. I'm not getting rid of my rogue. I need somebody to pick locks. I don't know. The lock picking isn't really that big of a deal. So maybe I will do 3 mages and a tank. Especially since Anders had healing in Origins, so. Oh, he has to come along. Okay, well, in that case, that's it then. Shit, what do you use? You're two-handed, aren't you? Any target at close range. Tremor, taunt, stonewall, and pommel strike. Tremor, taunt, wall, pommel strike. So they're all here. Okay. Taunt. If enemy is attacking party member, me. Enemy attacking party member, Meryl. Taunt. Enemy attacking Varric. Taunt. All right, Crash, catch you later. Thanks for stopping in while you could. Have a good night. I'm probably not going to be on much longer myself.
Time to prove something.
I do not want to be this character. All right, is that where we came in? Let's go the long way. Ha ha! Nothing in here.
Get ready.
Time to summon Meteor.
Seems to be unhealthy.
Level did I level up? I thought I leveled up. Did I not? What was the weird white rings around me then? What was that all about?
Here we go.
Messing with us is suicidal.
What's in the sack? What's in the... Oh, hello. Am I fucking these people up? Where's Carver? Why is he over there? I don't know why Carver is back there, but okay.
Now that's just rude. What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
Vault key.
Mind if I try my hand at that?
.33 armor. Okay. 25 armor, not as good. Okay. My stuff's still better. And of course, again, nobody can wear armor. Okay, that's fine. Fine. Plus 5 mana and stamina. Let's have her take that. Belt, plus 3 physical damage. That can go to you.
That has to be the vault. If there's anything to learn about the family, that's where it is.
That should do it.
Alright, let's explore for... Okay, we're done exploring. That was easy. Grandfather of Mel's will and testament. There it is.
So this is it. Grandfather's will. Let's just take it back to Mother and be done with it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think there's any point in delaying the news.
I don't think there's anything more in here that I could get. I don't know how much the place I explored, but...
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
Gamlen lied to you, Mother. We found the will.
What a shock.
Grandfather left everything to Mother and us. I guess he had some sense after all. See for yourself.
I should... maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Keep reading.
Check out the part where Gamlen is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've
No,
got
but I
to
do.
be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Somebody pick up the phone because I called it. We already examined these.
I feel itchy just looking at that thing.
Hi, Comet. Don't you worry, bud. Remember to go to bed soon.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrels. My father wanted to lock me in, but she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born. She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
Sounds like a bitch.
The estate is yours. Why are we still here?
Technically, the house is now property of the Viscount, since its owner died without an heir. If we went there now, we would just be squatters. But if the Viscount acknowledges our rights, we can get back more than the house. We can get back our name.
I'm glad I never had to meet any of your family.
When I was a girl, your grandmother was the young, beautiful, noble mother all my friends wished they had. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Oh, Bethany. She was such a sweet little girl. Never cried, just looked at you with those big eyes.
She was so young to be taken from us.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
I'm not interested in living in the past.
I'm sorry. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartran's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Bethany, but with luck, I can at least give us a home.
You got anything to say, Uncle Dick?
So, what? Are you here to gloat? Gamlen's the idiot again. Gamlen's the fool who can't hold his money when it's given in a bloody silver basket. I tried, you know, when Leandra left. But no one was ever going to live up to her.
I've seen the nobles in this town. Your parents must have had a fortune. Where did it all go?
Well, it's not like I stood at the side of the wharf and hurled it over. I tried to invest it. I got some good tips on trade in Kunari cheeses. And, you know,
Kunari cheeses, huh?
needs. I'm not denying I spent more on myself than I should have, but I figured it'd all work out.
Don't make excuses.
I changed their filthy sheets and wiped their chins through 2 bouts of the cholera, and the last word Father said was... Leandra. I'm not looking for love, but at least I got the money.
Yeah, did you though? Did you though? All right. Well, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you all so very much for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed that run or this episode. I certainly did. I'm really having fun with the combat of this game. It is just so much freaking fun. It is kind of sad that the maps are so limited and repetitive. But if it is true that the majority of the reasons is because of the short development time required of them by their ever so loving publishing overlords known as Electronic Arts, then it's understandable. It really is. I can probably forgive it for that reason. It still doesn't make it better, but it is like forgivable. But that's going to do it for this one. If you'd like to catch, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. If you'd like to catch us live, catch us over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Commander Krim. If you're watching live on Twitch right now and want to catch any part of the video that you missed, you can check out the video over on YouTube, youtube.com/@Commander Krim. As always, a special appreciation goes out to the special appreciation, oh my God, one more time. Special appreciation goes out to the men and women of the United States military, both at home and overseas, as well as police officers and firefighters across the country. I don't know what was wrong with me there. Thank you for your service and sacrifice. You're all true heroes. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all so very much for being here. And once again, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.